What's up, y'all, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we put the real in reality or whatever, period. As you see, we have some guests here. Hey, who all gonna be there?
Okay.
Here. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. Let the people know who y'all are, period.
Eric.
Well, I am Tracy J. I am one of the glorious members, co-host of A Who All Gonna Be Their podcast.
Yeah. Right. And my name is Eric, who's also a co-host for A Who All Gonna Be Their podcast. I'm the outreach coordinator. I do the editing, and I'm learning a little extra, a little something. We're trying to grow in this industry. We're trying to do our thing.
We're trying to make some moves.
Period. If y'all don't already subscribe, get into them now. Period. You're gonna see what you're
today.
That part.
So today, y'all, we will be recapping, rating the players for week 4. Week 4? What week we on?
Yeah, week 4.
Week 4. We're trucking along.
Yes.
It feels like we in week 8, honestly.
It do.
Even week 8.
So like we're down.
Right.
We're down
These things have aged us.
There's a lot going on.
But this week it was like, it's still a lot. A lot. It's just in a weird way. This week was weird.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
We started off with a pressure cooker comp. Literally.
Yes.
With pressure cooker. It was a return. It's been 25 years?
18.
18. I don't know.
Summer runner.
Look, you like Cirie. 2010 spring, summer.
Spring, summer, fall.
But yeah, it's been some time. How did y'all feel about it? Did y'all give a fuck? Did y'all not give a fuck?
Listen, I did. I watched Old School Big Brother when Big Brother was Old School Big Brother, okay? So I remember watching this comp. So my big thing about watching the comp was I just didn't want them to jazz it up and make it all
do too much.
New
That's
age
what they do.
Brother. And I love the fact that they kept it simple.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I was excited about it.
Yeah, I was excited to see it because obviously I didn't see Pressure Cooker live when it came out, but I did go back obviously and watch that season. So I was excited to see it because when do we get endurance comps like this in Big Brother that last more than 2 hours now?
2 hours.
These new cats they've been casting, they be hanging on the wall for 30 minutes and think they did something.
Right.
So I was excited to see them battle it out. Now the result, it's another story, but I was pissed. I was like, I stayed up for this result.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy because I feel like the fact that it lasted almost 14 hours and the first one lasted almost 14 hours, like it was like wasn't it like a 10-minute difference? I think that's
it was like 6 to 5.
5 or 6 minute difference.
I find that crazy.
It's weird because if I'm Big Brother, I would have lied. And y'all 1406. Like y'all waited all this time. Y'all be lying about everything, and y'all not gonna lie about this. Y'all should have. Oh, it was 1402. Like, come
on. That part. 1357. Like,
right.
Come on.
Look, 1 second longer.
It was honestly, I was a little bit surprised that they lasted that long. Like, I initially thought it was only gonna be 4 or 5 hours because they're talking about scary twist and they're finna bring stuff in. Girl, it was a table with snakes in the table.
What was they gonna do in the middle? What they gonna do? What the snakes doing?
I don't know. Like, I want to know. I really want to know.
They could have took the money they used for those snakes and got Felicia her food. Y'all wasted money on renting out them snakes. Y'all could have got some more food for the house. I don't know why they waste their money on it.
Right.
I think it's crazy that they just got the snakes and put them in the center. Like, I was thinking, of course, they're going to crawl out. They're going to be...
Me too!
Like, what is the fear of just having the snakes in the middle of the room? Like, it didn't do anything.
Right.
And I think a lot of the best thing, too, like, I feel like I have faith in the cast. I'm not going to lie. I was like, I think they're actually going to stick it out. Because I was just thinking, like, no one likes Cameron. No one likes Red. And people don't trust America. And I figured that they were gonna last a long time in the competition. So I'm really not shocked that it lasted that long. I didn't think it was gonna go 14 hours. I was thinking maybe like 5 or 6. Yeah. I thought the girls was gonna give up, but they didn't give up.
They didn't give up.
I was really rooting for my good sister Mimi.
But baby, Mimi
I was gagged. I didn't think people was gonna be in there for that long. That's a fighter right there coming.
We need to investigate.
It was that damn fly on the wall. That's what
she was pushed.
She was
bro. That fly came out of nowhere for real.
I thought they said the flies were dead. Like where did the fly come from?
Because where that one come from?
Conspiracy.
Because she was solid the whole night. Mimi didn't move.
Right.
Is that Amal in the chat? Period. Amal.
Hey, Amal.
Hey, Amal.
Queen.
Oh, it barely popped up, child.
No, it's okay. You got a king. But let's get into the results because Cameron wins this competition. Now, low key, I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. I was low key rooting for it. I was. Let me tell you why.
You wanted a change.
I'm team switch it up. I'm team. Let's see, Cirie work harder a little bit.
Yeah.
Did we see that? Not really.
She does.
But hey, a man can dream.
Listen.
Because no, Cameron won. And honestly, because he didn't do anything for me, it's I'm not a gag. I wasn't gagged, didn't care. But hey, congratulations to him.
I was nervous. When he won, I was like, I thought there was gonna be a switch because he's been talking to Cory about, I know Cirie is running, that trio is running the game, and he said the shot is not now, we gotta take it later. But I was like, he gonna do it. I said, I know he about to put up Cirie and Felicia. I already know it. That's who he gonna put up because that's just what the vibes he gave me, right? But when he said he was putting up Blue and Jack, I said, we chilling another week.
We're good. Never mind. Next week.
Right. On to week 5. Like
it really just shows how much like Cirie has a hold on this season. Like it's like almost like she can really just do whatever she wants. Like I feel like literally like she creates her own obstacles and then hurdles over them. Like,
listen, like why are you doing that?
I don't get it. I don't like she chooses the hardest path and then eats it up. I feel like even with Cameron, like she doesn't necessarily have a close relationship with Cameron, but it's like the fact that Red trusts her so much, and now Red is running back to Cameron saying how much we have Cirie. Like, mind you, Cirie don't like none of them. Cirie hates them. Every time they're not around, it's crazy. Red be cooking, Red be baking cookies and cakes and pies for the house. He be leaving cookies on their pillowcases, and they be like
crumpets.
They be like, why is he leaving cookies on my pillow? Why is he
Santa Claus?
It's always a motive.
Right, no, literally.
Like, what is he doing this for?
Like, maybe he just likes you.
He wants to be your friend. He wanted to give you a cookie, quite literally. Right. But child, it's giving bad for Red. But not this week, because Cameron was HOH. And that's right. They decide together to target Jag, specifically, but also nominate Blue next to him. First of all, what do y'all think of the decision? What do y'all think of them targeting Jag and Blue? Not that they were besties with them, but it's just like...
a cop out.
That's what it was. And you know what? That's literally what it was. Because they literally said they know there's a smaller group forming. We know they're running the house.
We don't care about your little crew. We're your little crew.
And look, I'm off of the little crew, okay? I'm team brown sugar babies minus Jared all day, okay?
Yeah.
But you really held this button for 13 and a half hours and you let Cirie be HOH? That's what we doing? Because that's what it is.
And get ready to send Blue home. You did it for 14 hours and Blue on her way out the door. Are you happy? Did you accomplish anything? Really?
Nothing.
So for me personally, yes, I was happy because Cirie didn't touch the block, right? But in the game sense, horrible move.
I always like a little mix up.
So if it was y'all would have put up Cirie and Izzy straight up.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
But
but
Jared probably would have touched the block.
Listen, if you're Cameron. One of you niggas going on the block, okay?
One of them.
It might not be both. It might not be two, but one of y'all going up. One of y'all going up. If it was me, probably Jared and Blue, since y'all got that little showmance. I would have my little top out. Like, I gotta break it up.
That's what I would have done.
Because Jared isn't in
Backdoor
Section 85. I mean, Legend 35. Legend.
That little Legend 25 getting ready to send all of them home because they clearly got too much faking in the fake alliance.
He could have at least used Jared and Blue. He was not thinking at all.
Yeah. I would have said he had a little bit of backbone if he had did that, but whatever.
Right.
He has the most non-HOH I think I've seen in a long time. Like, he was not HOH. The only thing that man got out of his HOH was beef jerky. That's it. He didn't do nothing else.
And the roll.
It made no decisions.
The way he packed his little bags up there and took them to the HOH room like he was doing something.
He thought he ate.
He was like waiting after he won. Like he sat at the table like the entire time, just waiting. It just felt like like okay, we see you. You're
like,
he was gonna cook.
He was chilling. He had his little cup and his cowboy hat.
Okay, he was ready.
You gonna make some big ass moves. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Girl.
No.
Meanwhile,
then you have America talking about. She was. I would have put up, girl.
I thought she was lying too, because America was whispering to, I don't even know who it was, Cory, talking about I would have shot at Izzy this week. You know, if it was me, and
I would have put up Cirie Izzy.
Girl,
I don't believe you threw it for a reason, babes, because you were
scared.
Yeah.
Exactly scared. That's what it was.
Right? Because what did Tiffany say? If you could have, you would have won. If you could have did it. Your hands were getting tired too. So let's be real. You was tired. That's why you took the deal.
That's Tia. Red ends up winning the veto this week. Congratulations to him. Right. There wasn't too much at first, because then after this veto, it gets a little spicy. But Red wins the veto. He decides that he's going to keep the noms the same, of course. And this is kind of when they were really talking about the Izzy suspicious thing. Izzy had got mad that Cameron won the HOH. She'd been stopping around hating Cameron all week. So this is when they were kind of considering it again, but they still settled on just targeting Jack.
I feel bad for Cameron because it's mainly Red. Like I feel like Cameron has good, like low-key initial instincts because he was one of the first people to clock the like core of Cirie, Izzy, Jared, and them. And like it's like I feel like he feels like with Red's information that they have this level of safety and protection from Cirie that's just not there. Because the reason why Legend 25 even came together is because they were like, okay, well, we're disbanding the professors and making a new alliance to bring Cameron in. Like they clearly just want to be a part of some group, and they have made them comfortable enough to feel like they can go with them at least into jury, but it's not giving that at all. I think I just feel bad because like they're like Red will be suspicious and then he'll go talk to Cirie. Cirie will calm him down and then they'll be right back to Legend 25. And it's like, playing in y'all face. Like, how do you not see it? And Cameron's like, not even conversing with Cirie is like, well, if you trust Cirie,
Red,
and it's almost
no argument at all. Just ready.
I almost feel bad for Red because I actually, I don't actually have a problem with Red. I don't dislike Red. Red ain't really did it because he actually playing the game. If we think about like when we talk about the player rankings, but I actually don't mind Red like I thought I would. But I'm gonna actually feel bad when he watch all this back and realize that he can't nothing for this man.
Face all game. I'm doing him bad. Out of everyone, I feel like Red is like the
girl. Have you not seen the Bowie Jane treatment? Red and fucking Bowie Jane
and Bowie Jane. Fuck you,
Bowie
Jane.
God, Lord
Bowie Jane.
That's like the whole house is tired of fucking Bowie Jane ass.
Like everybody.
But what are we not
the whole
seeing?
House.
We got
something got to be going on when the fees are not on her. She has to be doing something.
Like they wouldn't even, like Izzy and Cirie wasn't even talking about nothing, and then Bowie Jane was walking up. She was like, I know she ain't coming over here. Is she coming over here? Like, damn. Like,
she didn't even do nothing yet. Oh, Lord. Here come Bowie Jane.
When Bowie Jane asked Cirie when she was going to bed, she was like, oh, I thought
baby, I
hollered. Like,
why you not going to bed? Because I'm 53.
And then even Red and Cameron, they were like, "Oh, we think somebody's snaking us. It's Bowie Jane." Like
yeah. Like, she didn't even breathe yet.
I hope she's actually snaking these people, and we're gonna get a mastermind edit.
We need to see some DRs. We need to see her DRs.
She's talking about nothing.
She's so down under.
It gotta be something. It has to be something. Because what is she doing? Because she is popping up everywhere. Everybody out there now and say like Bowie Jane is getting on her nerves.
Fucking Bowie Jane.
I gotta see something.
I feel so bad for her.
She might be messing that
bathroom. Being Australian. I know that's right.
Maybe. No, she said he's messing up the bathroom.
She's doing something. Because that would piss me off too.
Right.
That's the one they don't clean up after. That's the one they ain't trying to wash their hands. Got to tell them wash their hands every single time.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so after this is when it gets a little heated. Because Jag decides, it's time to start popping shit off. And he has gotten information from America because America called him out about being in this alliance. She got this info from Cory. Cory got the tea from Jared about the 7 deadly sins. So this is when Jag is trying to start his campaign by kind of pushing Jared under the bus, but he's really pushing Cory and America under the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he starts spreading this to everybody. How did y'all feel about his choice? Because a lot of people was like, why is he campaigning to Cirie and Izzy and not Cameron? How do y'all feel about his choice? His campaign?
Oh, my brother Jag. At this point, my brother didn't burn too many bridges, and there's nothing I can do for him now because he's never beating the allegation that he is not playing the game. Because that information, if I'm Jag, I'm taking it to the HOH, like in the person with the veto. Mm-hmm. They got this alliance that you don't know about. Save me. I'm coming to work for you. I'm working with y'all. Let's get them out because they playing both of us clearly. So why take me out when I can work for you and we can get them out?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree.
I see
that. I feel like this is my thing. This is my thing. I'm the type of person that I feel like if I was in the game, I'd rather eat. Even though someone's HOH, they're not always the most powerful person in the house. And Cameron is not. Let's be honest. So I can see the idea of, I don't need to get Cameron. Fuck him. He's at the bottom of the house. I need to get the baddest bitch in the game.
Somebody with influence.
Right.
Right.
And I think that's why the vote is kind of flipping. I think if he would have brought this information to Cameron and Red, they would have been like, oh, we'll use this later, but you're still gotta go. But because he's bringing it to Cirie, I think it's more so, he might actually have a chance to stay. That's why the vote started getting flippy, because he's coming to the person who's actually moving the game forward, left, right, up, down, backwards. So because of that, she's actually putting in motion for something to maybe happen. So I don't know if that's why he did it though. That's my problem. I don't think that's why he did it. He did it because he likes her.
The issue.
He at least has some sense to know who to come to, so I give him that.
Yeah. I think the issue for me is that, like, when they were initially nominated, America was telling them this is speaking to Cameron about him using them to go after this power, because Cameron has been speaking to anyone that he feels like he can express this to. So especially at the beginning of the week, it was mainly America, Cory, Matt, Bowie, and Red about like this power structure. He wouldn't specifically name names, but he kept just dropping seeds about this power that he wants to target, but some point later in the game, which is bad on itself, because why was he telling anybody that information? But it's like, instead of initially even listening to America, they went straight to Cirie and them initially and was saying, well, can you guys help us like convince him to just put up someone else potentially if veto gets used? So I think it's like a little bit which I was saying, like, of course he's going to the person with more influence, but I also just feels like he's very stagnant in his gameplay, unfortunately. So he's trying to just revert to sticking with his core group to help him, other than branching out. Like, I just feel like Jack has proven not to be a type of player that is like able to just be flexible. Like, he wants an 8-person group and he wants to build with that, and he wants to stay within that. Like, it's like he won't even entertain the idea working with Cory in America on the side, like, and that is what benefit him the most, like paying both sides. But he kind of wants to stay on, I feel like,
that clean type of game, that integrity and that all that type of stuff. And we know that can only get you so far, and it's getting ready to get him out the house if you don't step it up.
Exactly. So this campaign kind of caused Izzy and Cirie. This kind of added on to the Izzy and Cirie suspicions of Cory situation, because they were already on Cory's neck, because Izzy and Cory had a conversation. Cory's trying to tell her, later in the game, we're gonna have to cut Cirie and Jared, basically. And then now this information that Cory is spilling tea that Jared gave to them, instead of being mad at Jared, because that's literally their family. They're mad at Cory about spilling it, and this is kind of causing them to talk more and more and more about Cory going the fuck home. Cory has went down.
He on out, iced out.
America,
this has been real bad.
Knocked his little game out, and that little hammock messed him up.
Let's show dance of it all a little bit. How do y'all like the America Cory? You're not a fan.
Okay.
I don't like showmances. If it's not Brendan and Rachel, I don't care about a showman.
Oh Lord, that's all you talk about.
That's all I talk about.
I'm not a fan of showmances. All of them, I don't like them. Okay, but I'm not gonna lie. Cory and America are cute. I ain't gonna lie, they're cute. They cute. Okay, I honestly don't want to go past no more than where it is. I hope Cory do that, like, hey, yo, cool it out. And America like, okay. Like, I like the little cat and mouse. It's cute. Okay. It's cute.
Mm-mm.
I ain't gonna lie.
I think it's okay. I'm not a fan of showmances in general either. I just think this one is like it's not really a showmance. It's like they're
it's a no-mance.
It's a flirt man.
It's a man.
Flirt mance.
I would say it's more of a flirt mance for sure.
Flirt man.
A couple
and I like flirt mances. I think flirt mances are cute.
Yes.
I'm open to.
I feel like it's never gonna go like past a certain boundary, but like it's sad because like they're not really a showmance, but they're still doing showmance things. Because like I feel like this week, and like I think this week like he stuck his neck out a lot, like by telling her that information. She ran to Jag. Jag ran that, of course, to Izzy and Cirie and them. So now Cory is caught up in all of this, and of course, Cameron was trying to create his middle alliance with Cory, America. Matt and them, and that all got back to Cirie and them as well. So a lot of like stuff that I feel like he's not sharing with them. Matt this week has started sharing with them. So Matt kind of became like that replacement.
Matt Fields.
Okay, Matt Fields. Yes. He's playing the game. He played this week. He said he gonna be a rat, but I'm all for it. A good rat game. If you can play it right. He don't even know he's playing a rat game. He don't even know it. He don't even know it.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
But he's doing well.
He's doing something.
That's what I'm saying. That's his game. You know how you can be a promoter, you can be a strategist. I'm telling Cirie. That's what he is.
Yep.
No shame.
That is his mother, and that will take him far in this game.
Right.
Like some of her other children. Okay. But
last night, I'm through with him.
Yes, because they want to flip the vote now. Izzy and Cirie, they want to flip the vote. They want to save Jag after Jag campaign. And they're trying to figure out who the numbers are. And for some reason, they come to the conclusion that they can't tell America, Cory, Cameron Red, or Bowie Jane. So they have to have every single other person in order to save Jag, including Jared. But Jag is up against Blue Honey, and Pooh Honey wants to save her, of course. So this is what, leads to all of this. But first, before we get into the Cirie and Jared tiffle taffles, I'm going to talk about Jared telling Miss Blue Honey that tea. They were up in the bed, getting good,
doing something.
They were doing something.
Collecting coins.
And he tells Blue his mama is in the house. For no reason.
If I smoke, I would smoke a whole pack of Newports. That's how bad.
Not Newports.
That's how bad my nerves
a lot of people
shot.
A lot of people feel like sad for Cirie, I guess, or like kind of like annoyed for Cirie. Do y'all feel that, or how do y'all feel about the whole situation? Because I feel like I'm not too attached to it in that way. It's just like he's stupid. That's kind of how I feel. But how do y'all feel?
I'm gonna be very honest. I do. I think at this point, it's really dumb. But I'm gonna be very real. If this secret got out in the house, I believe in the mist. It's gonna be like, oh, that makes sense. So what we eating for dinner tonight? Like that's kind of the energy I'm getting right now. Now this or something crazy that happened in week 1, maybe even 2, but a lot has happened in a month in this house. And if anything comes back on anybody, honestly, at this point, I think it's gonna be Jared. That's just my guess. But the Cirie mist is very, very powerful, and I don't think it can. If it hurts her game, it might give it a little dent, maybe. But is it gonna take her out the house? I don't think so.
When he did it, obviously, I was annoyed because for me, I'm not sad for Cirie. I don't feel sad for her. I am more along the lines of annoyed because it's like she is going out on limb this whole entire time trying to make sure you're good and helping you play this game because you don't know how to play it. And she's trying to set this. She even told you she was sacrificed when he was spiraling before there was even HOH. I'm going on the block. I'm going on the block. You ain't nobody even won yet. And you talk about you on the
raggedy self.
You didn't put both of them on the block and they out the door on Thursday and nobody's won HOH yet. And she's like, well, I don't need to do this. Like she told I will sacrifice myself in this game for you to go to the end or go further than me. And for him to sabotage her game low key with that and how, I guess we'll get into what he did last night, but or these last couple of days is I'm just annoyed because like you suck. And the fact that you're doing this, you're tarnishing her game because you mad because you want to keep your girlfriend.
Because he pouting. Because he wants some cat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like it's really, I don't know. Like, I feel like it would matter more if Blue was actually in the game. She's very out of it at this point. And I feel like.
Is she even in California at this point?
That girl is in her mind. She's in her head.
She's in Cool Planet Universe.
Big Brother is a state of mind, is what she said.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's not necessarily going to be an issue unless, you know, she wants to do something with the information. I know today she was speaking on the hammock about like the thing is, like, he basically told her he's playing with his mom, and then she believes it's Felicia. But then today, when she was speaking alone, she was like, "Yeah, I mean, if he is playing one of his family members, like, I have to play his part." And it's like, I thought he kind of confirmed it with you, and I will say he was like trying to retract statements and take things back. He was like, "I'm testing you," whatever the fuck. But it's like he all but confirmed that he's playing with his mom, and I think at first. Like literally in the conversation, he was going to say it was Cirie because when they were speaking back and forth, I think he assumed she was speaking about Cirie when she was actually speaking about Felicia. Yeah. And then when he found out that she was confused, he was like, "Well, I'm just gonna let her stay confused." But I do feel like the longer she stays, right? Like if she don't got it, she don't got it. And I think like the longer she stays, he will tell her. But I genuinely feel like. She's just not going to do anything with the information. Like, I think she is so out of it, but it really is just a liability. Like, I don't understand, like, why you have to have loose lips like that. Like, was it that necessary? Like, no. I don't know. It's like, it's just like, what's the point?
Like, act like she tied him down, chained him up, and was like, spill everything that you in this game to me right now, this instant.
Right.
She quite literally did not care.
That's why I really would love for her to go this week because I just feel like the longer she stays, the more he gets attached to her, and the more it gets like. Oh,
and now it's two people.
I want Mimi to go before her. So this person go before her. This person's got to stay in. And she, like, I just feel like she's going to be like planted in the top 4, and I would hate that.
It's another parallel of that man from last season and Alyssa S. It was all 100%. Let's go leftovers. We good. Till they did with that little. Pool floaty after that whole thing. It's I gotta protect Alyssa. Alyssa can't go nowhere. I got I gotta move these.
That's what it is.
And we're seeing this again.
That's what a finish will do. You finish one time, and she needs to be at the finish. Like damn. Maybe that is what it is. I don't know. I don't have many thoughts.
That's why I said she needs to like realize like how much control she has in this conversation, like in this situation. Like
she don't realize
like this just shows like pussy rule the world. Like for real. Like she was able to glean the most important information of this entire season just by being a woman that he wants to cater to, and like she's not realizing that she can literally end his entire game because she's in La La Land. Like, girl,
look, man. It just doesn't make sense. Everybody does and talks a lot of mess about women, you know, doing things to get, you know, persuade things and use it as game in the house. Baby, I'm all for it. But if you just getting whatever in the house just to get it, you could go home for that. Okay?
Yep. Love Island is a place. X on the beach.
Listen, if you gonna go on Big Brother and be hunching, you need to have some type of power behind that. I'm not hunching for free. I'm gonna get a vote. I'm gonna run your HOA. You gonna let me get a vote.
He damn different about
nothing.
Like, she's getting nothing out of this. Mind you, what's crazy is that he still got a girl at the house that he stays shouting out. I just feel like Blue is just presenting herself to him. Like, Blue,
hold up. That conversation was crazy, yo.
Do you mind if I shout out her for her birthday?
And she over here like,
he be playing it. He don't even be playing in her face. He holds up a mirror and be like, "Do you see what a stupid fool?"
It's bozo written across her head.
I would say
that's how he talks about other people.
I would say go ahead and shout her out, and I'm gonna shout out the house that you got a mama in here. Go ahead.
Exactly.
1, 2, 3, go. Shout her out.
Come say happy birthday together. Come on.
God damn.
Right.
Please. He gonna be like, "I'm never talking to you again." She's scared of him, low key.
That's literally what she said, though. She was like, he was like, when he told her, like, they came back, they did all the things, you know, Stangs was made. And then he told her, like, you know, what I told you is what I told you. Like, if you say anything, I will never talk to you. And she's like, no, I wouldn't. And I think what's crazy is that he revealed it. And he was saying, like, basically, if you were smart, you would switch your game up. You would do something differently. And she was like, I don't think you give me enough credit. And it's like, girl.
And I would have been like, who is pregnant? I have the power of this situation. How you gonna tell me? Well, you better not say nothing.
Right.
You talking to me? I would have piped down, homeboy, because I got your game. Right?
I would have went right to Cameron. Well, because
that veto still needs to be used.
Right.
Okay.
If she was the player, she would have got vetoed right the fuck off that day, that night.
Right.
And Jared would have went right the fuck off. Or Felicia. Anybody. Are available.
As long as it ain't me.
Right.
So,
but she wasn't worried about that. She's worried about them followers.
She's not worried about anything but being
subscribers.
Because after finding that out, she went to go hang out with Felicia the next day, the entire time.
All day.
Following her house. I'm talking about she
wants the recipe for Thanksgiving because she thinks she coming.
I wish she would show up at my house, girl. Please.
I mean, I 100% feel like as soon as he gets home, he's going back to Kenzo. He's
100%.
He's expressed like he doesn't want to be with a girl that gets as much attention as him. She's gonna have more followers than him, a bigger fan base, and honestly, a bunch of fans telling her to leave his ass. No shade.
100%.
I think he's gonna come out, go back to Kenzo because she's still at home, watching the dog.
Does she still want him? Because I thought
she gonna play. Listen,
Britt Barbie is gonna take her man back real quick
because she over retweeting stuff talking about how Jared was all doing all this stuff dirty that she retweeting and like
she's still watching his home, cleaning his she is waiting for
walking
her
that dog, ain't it?
She is waiting for her man.
Yeah, she was on because Jared had said in the house that Kenzo running his Instagram and she put up the vote for him today. Ma'am, ain't nobody vote for him.
Right.
She is still supporting her man. It's every time she says Kenzo, she's like, you know where home is. Hey.
She exactly one of them women. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it is. A mess.
I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. And not for him. For him. Anyway, child.
Yeah.
So before Jared tried to buck up to his mom, crazily, he is told some tea by Miss Felicia. Because Miss Felicia is tired, y'all. She said,
why would Miss Felicia drop this tea?
They told me not to tell you, but
baby.
Meanwhile, he already knows.
Where she come from?
Yeah.
No, for real. They told me not to tell you, but they're thinking about voting out Blue. Don't tell them I told you. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna tell them. And she was like, yeah, I'm not trusting Cirie no more. I think you should be my final two. And it's like, who said he wants to be my final two? That was low-key.
It's so random. Because the big issue is that like these votes have come together, and because they want to exclude America and Cory and literally everyone who's loyal to them, they want to make it a close split vote so bad. They're in a position where they need Jared's vote, knowing that Jared is in a whole show mess with this girl. So I just think, like I said, once again, Cirie is making it way more difficult for herself for no reason. But it's like, so she already dropped the information on him.
Yeah,
they slightly disagreed, but they didn't go too far. They just left it. And then this is Felicia thinking she telling him first, because everyone at first is like, we're gonna wait till last minute.
Thursday,
but
right?
Then the thought was like, okay, we probably shouldn't wait that late. We need to go ahead and get it out of the way. So this is Felicia telling her son, the real tea.
And, I see the strategy behind it because low-key, she has been trying to play this week. Like, even when they told Jag that they wanted to flip the vote and keep him, she was like, I want you to know this was my idea. Yeah, it was the idea to save you. So just in case you win at HOH, pretty much, no, it was Mama Felicia that kept you in this game.
Hey, she was playing the game. She's like, just so you know.
Yeah, I like it. She really is playing the game.
But I hate that the aunties is beefing. I don't like it.
But it's not all Jared's fault.
Fighting.
It's Jared's fault.
That's their fault.
He's mad. Like he really only told her, she told me that she don't really trust you all this because he mad because they want to get rid of Blue. That was really
the only reason.
That's literally.
I feel like he probably would have told her anyway, to be honest, because
he would have. I think he would have, but in that the way he said it was
the way he said
it
was vindictive.
It's the delivery.
Yeah,
he has some malice.
Has some malice behind it.
I just feel like it happened. I think it happened at the right moment because it's like all this stuff was happening. Here she goes saying she don't even trust you because you're right. Because he was like, you talking about trust. And she just told me she don't even trust you and she want to follow with me. So I
right.
But also shouldn't have said that shit. What the fuck?
She shouldn't have.
but she don't know.
Kids. Like what?
Oh. I was just gonna say it probably would have been a good idea if they weren't related. If they were related, Jared probably been like, you know what, F Cirie, I'm actually going to the.
If they wasn't related, Jared would be still working with Riley, Jag, Blue.
That's true.
I think
and Luke.
That is true.
Felicia, the way
we know
his
company.
I think she still trusts Cirie. I think what she was doing is like everybody know me and Cirie attached. We the older black women that have we mama this. So let me try to distance myself. So he may think, oh, she would never take me to final two. But if I tell him that I don't trust Cirie, maybe he'll be like, oh, that pair isn't as close together. So maybe she could be a final two option for me. I'm thinking that's what she was thinking. But if that's what she was thinking, she should have told Cirie, all right, I'm gonna tell Jared that I'm not as close to you, so we can start trying to that's what I think she was trying to do.
I feel like and this is something I always say in Big Brother, you need to collect your pieces, and I think Miss Felicia is actually trying to collect some pieces because she made a final two with Bowie Jane.
She did. She was just like, I don't even know, just out of nowhere too.
Yeah, she made a final two with Bowie Jane.
You never know.
She's collecting a piece, and now she was trying to make a final two with Jared, and I'm like, okay, I think she honestly has the right idea, but the wrong season.
The wrong season.
Yeah.
The wrong cast.
It was not going to work with
not on Cirie's watch.
No.
But this is when they really get into. Let's get into the. Let's get into it. They go into the storage room, and Cirie and Jared are discussing the votes. Cirie is bringing it up because they had put a pin in it back in the day. They had put a pin in it. They're bringing it up, and Cirie is like, well, I just feel like they're gonna want, and Cirie always does this. She does this with him too. They want Jag to.
She'll never take ownership
now, and I feel like they're the ones who want Jag to stay. And he's like, and honestly, Jared at first he's trying to push back. He's like, well, why would that make sense? All the things y'all are saying about Jag, you could say about Blue, and then he kind of says, I want to have a conversation with them. And Cirie kind of didn't want him to have a conversation with them, or what was that? Like, I don't understand why she was kind of approaching it that way, because she was like, no, we don't got to talk to them. Whatever they say, if you
she kind of shut it down. Yeah,
but it's like, why do you think
I think her mindset, while watching that argument, this is definitely just a mother and a son. Like, literally, it's like it gave very much like, well, I can already tell exactly. I can already tell from your body language that you're not feeling it. And
that's exactly what it was.
They say it's going to be different or better than what I say.
Right.
So
that's
you
what she said.
Do it, then fuck it. We're just not going to do it. She was like, she literally said,
cool.
we're just going to split the vote. We're just going to vote them out, and we're going to be fucked. Is that what you want? Is that what you want?
She said we're going to be up on the block till next week. So
is that what you want? But at the end of the day, I don't know, how y'all feel about this? Because I just think that at the end, there's no reason to keep Jag here necessarily. Personally, I don't think that. I see what they're saying, that he's going to be someone that can win these comps and then go after Cameron and Red. But once again, kind of like with the Hisam situation, I just think they're doing too much at one time. I feel like even if you do keep Jag, at least include America and Cory in it. But the fact that you're also trying to blindside them with Bowie, Cameron, and them, it's that's where it gets weird for me. And I just feel like at this point, Jag is sort of kind of not liking Jared. He's mentioned that before in the game. And
for sure.
Spilling about Jared telling Cory, I truthfully believe was his intention to get Jared in trouble, because Jared is in Seven Deadly Sins. Cory isn't. But they took that and was like, well, not Jared. Cory in America is the problem. But Cory in America wasn't in the alliance. So I don't understand how Jag telling them that information became Jag should stay. But now it's like she's kind of stuck on it. But I don't think this is necessarily the move. I think Blue could just stay and it'll be fine.
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead, Eric.
I was just gonna say, I think one, she sees Blue's game, her effect that she's had on Jared's game, and so I think that's one of the main reasons why she's trying to get her out of there right now. Because I need full control back over here. I need to be able to be the only thing in his ear. Because at certain point, he was coming to her like, "What should I do in this situation? Yeah. This is what I've been presented with. How should we maneuver?" Now he's withholding information. He telling them to their face that he told them information that he clearly did not tell them to his face about the Hisam thing. So he's doing all these shady things now. And ever since being in bed with Blue, he's not being the best, alliance member or son really in this game. To Cirie that he should be. And so I think that's the main, reason behind it. But also too, they feel like they're not gonna win anything. And so they like, we need at least somebody who has won something on our side, right? And so that if we keep Jag, he's going to be forever loyal to us because we saved him, because he can't go back to Cameron and Red. And that's what Jared, well, what's to stop him from flipping on us and going, where he gonna go? They don't like him.
That's the benefit of blindsiding Cory in America, because now Jag knows Cory in America evicted him. If we leave them out the vote, there's people Jag will never feel too comfortable going back with. So I think that is the benefit. I still don't necessarily agree with it.
And it's a shield.
I just thought about that. Yeah.
And they were thinking that too. It's like, oh, well, they're still going to want to get him out before they want to get us out because of his ability to win. And so they wanted to keep that shield that's going to be loyal to them. But that blind side, I'm with you on it, because they want to keep blindsiding folks, and I don't understand. This is not Survivor, Cirie.
She literally sets up a strategy for like a Survivor blindside, and then like she switches up on it middle of the week.
Like,
it's crazy.
Like last week,
I feel like literally it's always like if they were voting last night, it would have happened, because that's what happens in Survivor. They come up with a plan. It's last minute. They collect the votes and they go to the vote. But now you have days and days and days to sit on it. So I feel like she like creates a plan to happen that night, and then that night comes around, she's like, "Oh, they still here. Let's do something else."
I'm thinking she's starting to catch up now, because her and Izzy have had that conversation. Like, we can't get all frazzled there slowly. We can't do what we do
this week for the most part.
Yeah. Mother's catching up.
My opinion on the whole thing is, I honestly, and I'm gonna look at this from a mother, standpoint, because I'm a mother, I think this has 0% to do with Jag. 0. It could be anybody else on that block. This whole vote to keep Jag is only to get rid of Blue. And just like Eric said, I'm gonna double down on that. She has seen that Blue is taking away a lot of his time. Jared was coming back. Jared was playing the middle pretty well in the beginning, but now what he do? He be hooked up with Blue. And then I think, especially when that information slipped that I think Jared lied about, that Hisam said, Hisam said, I do think he lied about that, but I think Cirie is looking at that like, well, if that's true, you be hooked up with Blue, you probably could have gave me that information if you weren't too busy cuddling over there in the corner in the game room. So I think this whole entire thing, it ain't got nothing to do with Jag. It could have been, it could be anybody sitting in that church. She's like, we gonna save him. It's more so to get Blue out. And I think she knows her son enough to not say, we got to get Blue out because she taking all your time. And I need it. I don't think she's gonna, I 100%, like, I got to get this woman away from my son. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. I feel like this is time to start making up lies. Blue told Miss Felicia that she was voting out. Well, actually, she actually did. She literally did.
Actually did.
And Cirie. Yes. And that's the thing. Cirie mentioned it.
That's
but
crazy.
I feel like Cirie don't be saying shit straight up, because Cirie be trying to detach. Cirie detaches herself from information every time she knows information. So instead of saying shit directly, she'll be in my mode. She'll say, I'm pretty sure she's going to target you later in the game. And it's like, girl, she said,
she's taking your ass out.
She's taking
next week.
I heard from somebody. I don't know who.
And I would have juiced it up. I would have said, Blue said she taking your black ass out the block, and she don't like you, and she said your feet stink. Like, I would have been saying all types of stuff.
She was laughing behind your back. Jared really think I like him? I'm really about to put him on the block.
Yep.
What's sad is that I don't think she would ever do that to Jared, but I do think Jared would do that to her if it came down to it. I think she definitely would. Because in general, though, like, I mean, I've been saying this, but like Jared, he really just be talking, and I feel like as the game goes on, he kind of does that more. Like, I don't want to like just hate on like his social ability, because I do think he has a pretty good social game, but I just feel like when it comes to like strategy, a lot of like the strategy talks he has, like I never see like a end goal. I think of course his end goal is with Cirie, but I just don't know what he wants his path to be necessarily, because like he wants Blue to stay, but like he really doesn't give much good reasons for her to stay at all. You know what I mean?
I don't.
It's like he just wants her to stay. And it's like, I don't know. I wonder, like, what is his ideal, like, I don't know, Final Four in game. I'm assuming it's, I don't even know if it's Izzy anymore. I don't know if it's Mimi or Felicia. Like, who is it?
He told
Blue
Cam,
and
Cirie? I can't mess with the Americas and Mimis of the world, so they need to go up next week. He's just throwing things out and hoping somebody catches
that. Like, I don't think Jared intentionally. I think Jared thinks game talk is hiding his place in the game, because his game of Big Brother, his game of social strategy has always been hiding my place in the game, hiding that I'm with Cirie, hiding that I'm playing both sides. So I think when he game talks, that's literally all he tries to do, is try to hide his true intention. Even with Cirie, instead of just saying, Mom, I like Blue, sorry, I like her, I don't want her to go, and I honestly feel like I run the fuck out of her. Instead of saying that, he's like, no, I'm ready to listen. I want to listen. Let's have a conversation. I think we should all talk. And it's like, no, you don't want to listen. You don't care. You don't want to have a conversation.
You know what I also learned?
Just
what I also learned, though, recently, too? What's her name? Cirie is a Cancer, and then Jared is a March 5th Pisces. These are two water signs. And see, I'm a Pisces, and my sister's a Cancer. And it's like, I think that's an issue too. Like, because they're like butting heads heavy. They both want their own thing. Oh, heavy. And honestly, I think both of them are very emotionally fueled in their gameplay.
Very.
So it's like, I definitely see why they're clashing a lot, and also why they're so close. Because I think also too, because like when Jared's kind of like, when they tell him like, oh, well, Blue said this, she's gonna put you up later down in the game. Or Cory said this, he's gonna put you up later down in the game. Like, Jared is like, I don't care. Like, that doesn't matter to me. But I will say, like, I feel like I kind of understand where he's coming from. Like, that's not a concern for me. I'm using Cory just as Cory is using me. So even if he wants to put me up, I don't care, because I'm gonna do it to him as well. That's not a concern for me. Like, as long as he's 100% loyal to me for the time being, that's fine. And I think he just trusts he'll know when he'll be able to cut him. At least I'm trying to put myself in his shoes, because I feel like I say that a lot. Like, oh, I don't care. That doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter for now. But like, it does matter, but it doesn't matter right now. Like, I'm not.
But right now, I could care less.
And that's kind of energy. Saying, but it comes off. That usually comes off as like, just like you're not worried about it. Like, you're not really seeing how
you're not in the game. You're not thinking.
And I see how important it is. Check that's not a concern for me at this moment.
And he's just, the thing is, he's a walking contradiction when it comes to these things, because he's like, because he's like, oh, well, Jack said my name, so I can't trust him. So did Cory. Oh, but that doesn't matter. Blue said, oh, I don't care about it, but you keep
that was the only thing.
The issue, because all of that is lies. He's not ever telling the truth. He's never telling the truth. He
don't keep track of lies.
He doesn't genuinely feel any of those things. All of that was a lie. But it's interesting. I hate to get into the astrology of all, but it's interesting that Cirie is a Cancer, because my sister is a Cancer, and what she needs is reassurance every day. And I think that's something Cirie really, really needs.
Oh, my sister does too.
It's
reassurance. I got a friend like that. That makes sense.
It might be a Cancer thing a little bit, but I have to into that. What do y'all think the advantage of it all? Girlies are like, don't say it's an advantage no more because Jared's taking Cirie's game. Don't say it's an advantage no more because Cirie is carrying Jared. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like it's still an advantage? Do you feel like because Jared's trash, it doesn't apply? Do you still feel like there's something that Cirie benefits from it? How do y'all feel about the advantage of it all? That's my question.
I think it's an advantage to some extent. I feel like you can't really pinpoint and say as a whole, it's a good advantage, it's bad. I think it depends on the day, honestly. Okay. Because Jared gonna be trash regardless, okay? But there's no way that you can't deny that him being in the house is somewhat of an advantage. He's going to get information that if he was just Jared Lovely, he wouldn't get some of the information that Cirie is getting.
The Felicia
exactly. Thing. But then you got to kind of look at it both ways. I feel like it's level. It's even, because then you also got to deal with your dumbass son in the game. So it's like, it's a give and take. So it really kind of just depends on the day. So I'm kind of like, I'm in the middle. It's both.
Yeah. For me, it has first 2.5 weeks, clear advantage. Now it's becoming a detriment, in my opinion. Like I said, just because, not even the fact that he's tanking her game, because her game is not, only way she got to tank her own game. But it's the fact that his gameplay has become so warped and like he had the makings of a great social player, the way he was able to move throughout the game between both sides so effortlessly, right? Now it's just that really he's trying to go out his way to sabotage his mom. Like, that's messy. It's just not turning into something good anymore. And it's ugly to see. honestly.
Yeah, I feel like.
Go ahead.
Oh, you can go if you want to.
No, it's gonna be somewhere else. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say, I feel like it is like an advantage, kind of like on paper for sure. Like at the end of the day, they're able to do a certain level of strategy that a lot of people just aren't. Like the fact that he's able to kind of be this secret spy that kind of goes in, and like I've heard comparisons to like a secret alliance, which is true, but that's still, it's harder to do that. Like they were family going in, they pre-gang going in, so it's like it is a higher advantage, I feel like, than most people have in this game. But I do feel like, if anything, at this point, it's more of an advantage to Jared than it is Cirie, because I feel like the way Cirie socially have now taken over this game, like in the beginning,
she don't need him.
Basically, like in the beginning, like it was Jared, I feel like, facilitating a lot of the connections between Riley's side, and then quickly it was just Cirie. And then quickly it was, well, we're working with Cirie, Izzy, and Felicia, and Jared's the add-on. And now Jared is just in the showman's with Blue. So I feel like it's gotten to a point where like she's more so helping his game than he's helping hers.
Yep.
So he should be thanking her. Like,
100% agree. It's Jared's advantage, and Cirie nothing for it's giving nothing for her.
Right.
Because she was probably going to do this. I truthfully believe this is the position that Cirie could have got herself in if Jared was here or not. If Cirie was not here, Jared would probably be at the bottom of a group, and the showman's with Blue being one of probably the biggest targets in the game. I don't think he'd be
probably out the door.
It would have easily been pre-jury for sure.
He's just unfortunately her Achilles heel in the game, because she's treating this as the advantage as it should be, like it is on paper, like undying trust. Like there's no way I will ever not believe you. I know that you're not withholding information. That's why I think she was so upset on Thursday night or whatever, when he didn't share the information, because it's like we have this bond outside this game, but we're in this game. So you are the one person that I know with 100%, without a doubt, that I can trust, that's not going to be spreading my name anywhere, and that's going to tell me important information, and vice versa. But now, because of that blind spot, she's missing the fact that he's been lying to you for a little bit now, and he's intentionally planting these seeds, true or not, like the Felicia thing. He's trying to plant these seeds again to detach you from your people and make you distrust them.
He could have told Felicia right when she told him, "Oh, well, I really trust Cirie, so that's interesting that you think that. I actually think we should trust Cirie." But instead, he said, "Oh, really?" And just moved along and used it as like a snappy, like, it was weird. But my one thing,
he was mad at his mama.
He's mad at his mama. Like, girl, help her. But my one like thing about the advantage of it all is I just feel like it's kind of like it's a in this game there's 16 people playing, and I feel like for them it's 15. And then our top 15 is 14 in a way. And then now it's kind of 11, because there's one person in the game you don't have to continue to manage. You don't have to continue to. They don't have to. They're still kind of doing it, but you don't have to. She doesn't have to talk to Jared all day. She doesn't have to give him attention. She doesn't have to strategically make sure they have an alliance together. All of that energy is kind of like a mental load. There's a slight percentage of mental load, and you can see it in their game. The way Jared and the way Cirie play, you can kind of see that there's like a slight mental load advantage that they have over some of the other players. I feel like even the Cory America relationship, it's like they still have to think about each other as players. You know, these people still have to think about each other as players. Everyone has to do that with everyone in the house, no matter how close you are, except them. And so I think that's my only thing. I'm like, it's just like a little bit of a less of a stress just by one person.
One more thing about the advantage, real quick. And I didn't watch feeds until 22, but were they up in arms about Jackie and old dude that came from Amazing Race? That was a pre-connection. They came in with this game that they could trust it.
The thing is,
it wasn't that big of a deal then.
I think the most annoying one, or at least for me, was Christy and Tommy, because no one knew about it. And this one, no one knew about it too. They knew Jackie and Jeff were partners on The Amazing Race. They knew Dick and Danielle were mama, daddy, them. And I think this one is daddy, daughter. This one is secret, and the older one that was secret was Christy and Tommy, and then Kat and Holly kind of. And I think those are the two that I'm like, that's kind of just weird. For me, those are the only two that I actually care about, because it's secret. It's like, girl, that's not that.
And I will say, I've made this argument too, like, the way he's attached himself to Felicia, Izzy, and Cirie since the beginning of this game, like they're not. People don't know that they have a mother-son relationship, but he walks around the house calling them both mama.
Yeah.
Like people have clocked that he is very close with them. He's been open about that, and if you don't see that, then you're just dumb. I'm sorry.
You're dumb. You're dumb.
America sees it.
Dumb.
Cory sees it. Like even Cameron and Red see it. They just don't think it's an issue now. Like it's there. So whether you think they're mother and son, I mean, I feel like that's not even really relevant. Like knowing
it's the relationship in the game.
They're close. Yeah.
Yeah. Knowing that information, like you already knew they were working together. Now you just know they're definitely working together. Like I don't know. Like,
yeah. Literally.
This is really off topic, but whenever Cam says "mama," my skin crawls. I do not. It's weird. Is it weird to y'all? He be like, Mimi, she trusts the mamas. She with the mamas. Weird. Oh my god.
Not the mamas.
But it is.
It was so cringe too when he called Cirie his boo. I was like, where'd that come from?
Girl, definitely married. Like what?
Boy, sit down. Sit down. That's what he needs to do.
Kevin has a lot of interesting relationships with people.
Let's not get into that.
Okay. So at this point today, it's kind of still leaning towards Jag staying, but they have not really got.
Not from these recent updates I've seen, Jag.
I was about to say because I've been in the streets, so I need an update from today.
So basically, of course,
what
they announced to the house guests about the BB comic power. They don't know what kind of power it is or if who's won it or not. They just know that they all have to go and compete. And of course, the top 4 vote getters from America have a chance to actually win it. And we have confirmation. Matt told Cirie that he played because Cirie also told Matt. Cirie also told Izzy and Jared that she played. So we know for a fact that Matt and Cirie are, in the running to potentially win.
The power.
Cirie feels like she didn't win because she went too slow, and Matt feels like he did really good. I feel like I said earlier, if I'm doing process of elimination, Jag and Blue said to each other they didn't get it. Jared said to Cirie he didn't get it.
Cory in America.
I think, and I don't think Red, Bowie,
Kevin Red would have
told liked by America. So I do think, and Izzy is not liked by America. Yeah. So it has to be Cory in America. And I feel like America low-key got that shit.
You think so?
Got it though? We don't know the result.
I do. Because she beasted that first little puzzle. She did good on the
she did, didn't she?
On the pressure cooker. She
forgot about that.
But do we know if that counts as a puzzle?
They didn't
wear
that's
what it said, like cups or something.
They said
something about stacking.
So it could.
That's all I know.
But basically, the most recent updates is literally Izzy was talking with Mimi and Felicia, and they're basically discussing because of this power, and I think they currently think Blue has it for some reason. They just wanted to go ahead and vote out Jag, stick with the original plan, and get out Jag, and that's kind of where they're at now. Now that could change tonight. That could change tomorrow.
That could change
Thursday. But as of right now, they're leaning more towards let's just send Jag home. And I figured that was going to happen because it was it was contingent on getting Jared's vote, and he was not going to flip. And America and Cory, I don't think would have done it either at this point because they don't really trust Jag anymore because they know he threw him under the bus. So, but yeah, that's really where we're at right now. I think America, Cory, Matt, and Cirie. I bet my bottom dollar.
That was my guess. That was my number 4. Our guess.
I think America got that shit. I do.
America got it. Do you think she gonna lose?
I think Matt. That was my guess.
I think if Red, because basically the developments right now from Red and Cameron is that going to next week when Jag goes, if Red wins, he wants to do America and Blue. Now, there were talks about Izzy that I think they've kind of calmed down for now. I think it will come back up if he gets the chance to.
She might be back, though.
She will definitely be a backdoor, I feel. But right now, it's America and Blue. And I feel like if Red is in power and, they are America's an option, I think if she is on the block, she has a big potential to go home, and it could be in use. I feel like if her or Cory got it, I think if America were to go home next week, it could be in use. But I honestly feel like if anyone else wins, it's going to be Red and Cameron, so it's just not going to get used. because there was a little bit confusion on that, on whether it has to be used or it doesn't. I'm
Next
now
week.
thinking it doesn't has to be used.
It has to be
really
used this week or next week. It's only a 2 week
that's
thing.
When it was okay. I thought they were saying it literally has to be used. Like it doesn't matter.
Oh
if it
yeah.
Oh, they were saying it has to be either used this.
Like you don't have the choice to not use it at all.
That's what the wording on the tweet gave. So some people were confused whether it just absolutely 100% need to be used regardless. But I'm thinking it's saying now, of course, it can expire. That's what the website says.
They want to try to save a week, and so they ain't got to do another double or something. Yeah. So they want this thing to stop it, so they could, do what they need to do.
They need to just do a double now. Actually,
tonight. That's the thing, though. Like,
you know what?
Vote out.
Matter of fact, cut the fees. Do it now.
Like,
I don't care. Let's go.
But like it's I don't think it's gonna get used because Cirie and Matt are definitely not gonna be in trouble, and Cirie and Matt wouldn't use it on anyone but Jared. I'm pretty sure. Well,
you don't think Cirie would have used it if she won today? I feel like she would have.
On Jag?
Yeah.
She care enough.
I mean, how does it work? Does the person have to be fully evicted?
Yes, they will go through with the eviction.
Yes, you have to go through the
Does she have to use it before they're evicted, though? Because how is she going to tell them I want to use it? She going to stand up?
You know what?
So she has to guess. She has to guess.
No, this is my guess what I think they're going to do. When they go in to vote, they're going to say, do you want to use your power?
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's
when they do the vote. And she said yes or no. Like, yes, okay. Then they continue with the votes. They be like, so-and-so, the power has been used. That's how I think they're going to do it.
Honestly, I feel like because it's 2 weeks, it's like, why would you risk using it this week when you may be able to use it next week? So I feel like maybe if next week, like the thing, if I see what you're saying, like if it was someone like Jag this week, but I feel like next week it's probably just going to be Red and Cameron. And it's like, who is going to waste it on Red and Cameron?
Yeah. And I wouldn't.
The only way is
and we're going to jury. Let Red and Cameron go home. We go to jury.
Right.
Yeah.
The only way I can see her. Go ahead, Eric.
Oh no, let's just keep it rolling. Let's get to jury. I'm tired of waiting. I need to know that the people I want.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we're locked in.
Locked in.
Right.
I don't want to be
the only way.
Let's go.
The only way I can see her like really holding on to it, I don't think Cirie won, but if she did win, is because Jared's name has been brought up one or two times. Because I don't think she thinks she's, in hot water no time soon. So the only reason, I think Izzy, they could be in trouble. And I think she'd be like, I don't know. But I think she would only hold it just for Jared. Exactly. I don't know why she like that little raggedy man. I guess it's because of some kid. I be forgetting.
That's her son.
Because I'm gonna be Cookie. I gotta put me first, and if you get yourself
put
on that block,
you gotta put me first.
And baby, I got to.
Girl, because she was talking about sacrificing her game for him if they don't know this week. I was like, girl,
not this week.
We get it,
baby,
but don't do that, please.
No, don't do it.
Thank God, I don't think they'll ever be nominated together because she's just that good of a player.
Yeah,
I agree. Is there anything else y'all want to say about this week before we get into these motherfucking ratings?
I think that's.
Oh, I got a messy question.
What?
So everybody in the timeline has been talking about Jared, right? And they're comparing him to Monty. Who is worse, Monty or Jared?
Lee.
I mean, I just feel like, and I don't know if I'm still giving a pass because he's Cirie's son, but I would still say Monty's a little bit worse because I just feel like, I don't know, maybe if it was the aura of Taylor in general, like it was, and he was a big catalyst of like the nasty, colorist, anti-black, misogynistic comments. Like I'm not, like, of course he's making like general weird misogynist comments and things like that, but it's not directed. So I feel like because it's not like directed, it's a little bit less worse than Monty. I wouldn't put it. I don't think nearly as close, in my opinion, but it's definitely up there. I think if he was in the season, I don't think he'd be someone protecting Taylor type shit. But it's a different environment.
He didn't offer Mimi's head on a silver platter for next week.
He got cursing up out of here real quick. So I mean, but I will at least appreciate the fact that it wasn't any like I said, misogynistic, colorist, anti-black, weird statements. Like Monty said a lot of weird shit towards Taylor, and he just got
out of hand.
Very uncomfortable. Very uncomfy. I think I agree. I feel like it's hard because I feel like if Jared and Monty switch seasons,
Literally.
I would feel the exact same way. I think Jared would have done with Monty.
It's the environment that you're in.
And I think Monty would be doing what Jared is doing currently. So honestly, I don't think. I think this. Wait. I think Monty is a little bit more careful with his words sometimes. So I think if Monty was in a non-colorist season, we might not have caught as much as we caught with Jared.
Yeah,
Jared just says whatever the fuck he feels. He told Cory, he was like, Cory, you're just not likable. Your personality is not.
You're dry.
Yes.
Like shit like that.
Like damn.
Monty would have not. He would have been conscious enough to not say it. So Monty's good at hiding.
I
if
definitely
he's not
agree
in
with
a season full of it.
Yeah.
He was in season full of it. We got your ass on
all of them, really.
On 4K. On candy camera.
4K.
We got you on candy camera now.
Out of my face. All right. Oh, fuck. All right. Pharaoh was rooting for Jared at the beginning of the season. Who said that?
Girl, you picked him early.
Oh, wait, no.
You know what?
Let me clear that up. I was not rooting for Jared. I picked Jared first on my draft list because he is Cirie Field's son. What did y'all think?
So you knew he was gonna go for it.
Let's ask this question to the audience. Do y'all think I would have thought Cirie Field's son was a misogynistic weirdo? I did not think that. I
would not have guessed it at all.
Surprised.
Yeah, I'm gagged.
Right.
Flip my panties.
Very surprised. Very. Sorry.
Give me your money, baby. Okay.
About.
This is the motherfucking ratings. Everybody get ready. What we do first of all, y'all, let me tell you the rules. We rate the players 1 through 10 based on how good we think they're playing, basically. You can have your own criteria. You can just say they're ugly. 0. I understand. Now,
you know that's what I'm gonna say.
As you should, period.
Just a couple.
We allow 0.5. So you do 1, 1.5, all the way up to 10, right? You give zeros. Love that. We are going to start with Hisam. And we're going to be rating Hisam as an overall Big Brother player because he's already out of the game. Mm-hmm. Period. Who want to go first?
Me.
Trice.
Overall, I'm going to give him a 7.5.
Whoa! Hold on. Let me be a little bit clearer about the rating. No, I'm playing.
Why you say 1 out of 10?
Yes. Why do you think it's 7.5? Because you can give your reason.
Okay. First of all, I'm biased. I'm a fan. Okay, I like it.
I know that's right.
Overall, I do think the things that Hisam did in house, he had everybody. I think he had a good grasp on the game. I only didn't even want to give him an 8 because he went too hard, too fast. And in the game of Big Brother, you gotta lie a little bit. And he was too straightforward, I think, for Big Brother, which is cool. You can do that when it gets down a little bit, but I think he went a little too hard, too fast.
Somebody told you to be so for real.
Listen, y'all think that's too high?
Very much so.
Girl,
I think it's very high. But you know what? I love the spectrum.
I'm gonna stick beside him. 7.5. 7.5.
I know that's right.
I said what I said.
Let's give it Tracy Kim.
Yep. not Tracy Kim.
Stand by your man, girl. I see
it. I'm gonna stick beside him, okay?
Oh, I am weak.
Eric.
I'm going to give Hisam a 5.5. I don't think Hisam was a bad player, but he was not a great player in the fact that he did not manage his relationships within his alliance. And we've seen the detriment that causes, with BB23. When you don't manage the people within your own alliance, it come back to bite you. So because he was not aware, which is crazy because seeing the Hisam, evicted Hisam in his interviews and stuff, we're like, where was this Hisam in the house? Mm-hmm. Right. Why didn't we see more of this in the house? Because if you were this Hisam in there, you would still be in the game.
Right.
And it would definitely be that little steamroller everybody keep trying to say it is. It would probably be one because he most likely would have won a pressure cooker and things will be going the way, they're going. But I think, again, he has potential. He won 3 comps and he was good. Like he was connecting with people like the way he would called him out and was very straightforward. I love that. But then he was like, "Oh, but you're so great. Believe in yourself." All this, good stuff. And so I think he has potential to be a great player. He's just average because he didn't do what he needed to do, and he out.
All right, Lee, let's show him how to rate. Let's show him how to be mean to the girl.
I know I'm really not even that low on Hisam. Okay. I don't know what I really want to give him. I just feel like I'll talk first. Because I just feel like a lot of the reason why he went home just didn't really make sense. It was the start of Izzy and Cirie, some of their paranoia and delusions of grandeur. Of them believing people are doing things that they're not, I feel like, necessarily doing. He did say some pretty choice things about probably not necessarily wanting to be with them from the beginning, that got back to them. However, I feel like none of it was with a really serious intention of
malintent.
He was not trying to say, I don't want to be with these people anymore. I want them targeted, and they assumed he was going to Jag and Blue in America and trying to pitch them as targets to keep him safe. Like one of the big things was they're sitting in HOH with Hisam for hours, Blue and Jag, and I bet he's pitching their names. And literally Hisam tells them well, they did want to make an alliance, they did want us to have a name, but they should be targeted next week. He told them that straight up, and they were like, "Oh, he's not loyal. He's making side deals. He told no one to make side deals." And I think definitely he didn't help his case a lot with how he spoke to people. But I do feel like the way he was able to do a complete 180 when they told him after he was all the way backdoored is what he could have done in the game if they just told him, "Hey, we're not doing that," or "Hey, we don't want to do this." And a lot of the stuff they were just trying to put on him, like I said, I still go back to it was given hypocritical because a lot of the reasons why the professors came together is because they were older. It's because they were the left out, older, more minorities, So a lot of that they tried to tear him down for in his HOH week. I was just like, y'all loved him for that the week before, and now you hate him for all of those same things. But we've seen that this is just what they do. So I feel like Hisam, along with many people this season, is going to be a victim of them being
do what they do.
I don't want to work with y'all no more. So I think I'm going to say, honestly, I'll go with 4.5.
Okay.
Because I do feel like socially, he didn't have to be as direct just in general because the hatred for him was, throughout the entire house. So clearly he wasn't doing something right socially. But I don't think that he should have went at the place he went. I don't think it was good for them at all. But here we are.
He should have said, "I'm a geriatric doctor. I like old people. Why would I go against y'all?"
I like old people.
Especially Felicia doing it. It was just Felicia, girl, because she basically just got told to do it.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I agree. I feel like it wasn't sensible. It was not sensible the way he went home at all. Nope. But my qualms with Hisam's game kind of don't have shit to do with that. I don't really like that he was telling his alliance, "Oh, Blue and Jag, we have a deal, but it's a lie." Girl, you didn't have to tell them that. You didn't have to say that at all. He was willingly winning all the comps for his alliance and just being out in front. He didn't have to do that either. He's not even running the alliance. You're at the bottom of the alliance as it is, and you're purposefully being the figurehead for this alliance that you're already at the bottom of. Didn't like that either. If the other side ever won an HOH, they would have took him out anyways.
That part.
And I don't like that. I don't like that either. Also, damn, I hate to drag.
Because you're going in, girl.
But within the alliance, baby, who did you have?
Ooh.
Because Red had Cameron. He wasn't in it.
He thought he had Izzy, child.
Izzy. And he didn't. Izzy had Felicia and her. Izzy is a field.
No, he left.
Fields. He will be back. Izzy has Felicia, Jared, Cirie. They're all the core. He wasn't even in the core. He wasn't even in the bye bitches. He was outside of the bye bitches. You didn't even have Bowie. He didn't even have fucking Bowie J. So for me, I just feel like Hisam wasn't integrated in his alliance. Outside of the alliance, he was going to be the first target, and he was telling every side deal about the other side deal. I didn't like any of that. So for me, it's a 4. I do feel like he went home prematurely. But honestly, not too premature. Honestly, I feel like he still probably would have gotten 12th place or 11th place.
Yeah.
Really?
If he didn't go this week, or the week he probably would have went. He would have last pre-jury member.
Yeah,
I feel like if he didn't do that whole veto speech, I think he would have at least made it 2 more weeks. I think at least.
I still need to see that because
I gotta see the unedited.
What did he say?
The unedited version, because they're showing us this. What we saw was like,
mess. This was fluff. This is what y'all was, and they was talking about it for a minute on feeds. Like it had to be like a lot.
It had to be something else.
I'm gonna ask him, what was it?
Period.
Shoot, tell us.
Boom. So that's Hisam. Let's get into the motherfucking players or people left in the game because some of them are not playing. Last week we rated Red the lowest. We gave him a 2. It was bad for Red. Eric, how do you feel about Red?
I'm gonna give Red a 7.
Hold on. How do you feel about Red?
No, Tracy bad.
Wait, what's happening? Wait.
No, you know what's crazy? What's crazy is, hold on.
What?
What's crazy is he was like ready. He was ready to say it. I'm gonna give.
I knew it.
Wait, before you get into it, when we get into the people in the game, we're thinking about, well, in general, we are thinking about.
He can have his own criteria.
Wait.
7?
Because I at least want to say it's not overall as an overall player what is Red. I think it's a little bit different. With Hisam is as an overall player. With the people in the game, it's a little bit more like, they're playing the game. How are they playing as in the game as of so far this week? Not as is Red going to do good on other seasons? Is he a good player in general? I think that's true. But also you can have that in your criteria, but I think it's important to know, like, we're also the reason we gave him a 2 is because he was the main target this week. So I just wanted to, like, at least explain it. But you can still give him a 7. So continue.
It's gonna be a 7 still.
Say it with your chest.
And I know I see the comments about what 7.
I mean, you basing it off this week
alone. This week alone, like
no, you got it.
One, Red is very much aware of the alliance inside the alliance. He knows the power structure. He's just choosing not to, do anything about it. He knows what's going on. He's not aloof. He just hasn't been HOH to do. Would he do something with it? Maybe. But I like the fact that Red is comfortable enough to tell these people, I know about what you're doing. I know who it is that you're doing it with, but I'm still with you. So he's still bringing teas. He's still bringing cookies. He's still floating around trying to get information. Teas and cookies. Okay. And I think, although he could be a target next week if the wrong person wins, I don't think he's going to go over Cameron. And with Cameron gone, I think Red'll be fine.
Okay, I like that. I do like that, especially because people was coming for me. They was like, "You're capping for Red. You're the Red defender." We got enough.
Well, the
other weeks I was giving him a lot. Go, Lee. How do you feel?
I was just gonna say, like, in the beginning, I felt like that was definitely true about his character. Like, he wasn't someone that was just like down and out of the game.
Exactly.
But very early on, Cirie decided that he was not someone she wanted in her power structure. And ever since then, I feel like that's where it got bad for him, because at this moment in the game, like, outside of the structure that he so badly wants to be in, no one wants to work with him and they're all targeting him. And inside of the structure, they're also are targeting him and don't want to really work with him. They're kind of just using him because he's in power right now. And I feel like I feel bad, because if Cirie just trusted him, he is someone that I think could be in a decent position. He could be her Cory, like a really, really loyal one. And I think something that he's doing this week is that despite Cameron's actions or how Cameron feels, he do make time to go speak to Cirie and say how much like he's loyal to her and like bringing her information. And I do think that she is starting to value that. And I do feel like because of that, he will not go after Cameron. He will not go after Cameron goes. And if that's the case,
he's not going
we're
to.
in jury, who knows where he's going to fall. He could win a competition of some sort. But at the end of the day, I just think that he still doesn't have any options. And he always just keeps reverting back to Cirie. And that is always going to be a problem for him. So I will also say it's a 3.
Real quick, I forgot to say the fact also that he is putting Cameron as a target before himself, because he intentionally mentioned to Izzy, oh yeah, you know, your name came up as a backdoor option, but I quickly shut that down. I just want you to know pretty much, yeah, he my boy, he was coming for you. So if you do win though, just know I saved you. Remember that. But he was coming for you. So he is pushing because he knows that Cameron's a target. And so he's pushing him in front of himself. So
yeah. And I do like those strategy conversations where they're like, you know, I know this alliance is within this. Like, they understand their placement. It's just
they're more aware.
Their issue is that they're not acting now. They need to act now. Like, once you realize that, you have to act. You can't just, you know, sit there and hope that the alliance is going to be loyal. You know they're not going to be.
Tracy, how you feel about Red?
I'm gonna pop it off with a 5. He would have got like a 1 from me last week, honestly. But I'm giving him a little bit of points this week. Because number one, he does have the game pegged, I guess you could say. He does know. Yes. And I'm giving him bonus points because I love it when he approached people and he said with his chest. You know, last night he was like, Izzy, like, I know this. And when he approached somebody, before you even say anything, you know I know about A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like, I love a straightforward Big Brother player, okay? Yeah. You got to use it to your advantage, and I like that he uses, like, hey, I already know this before you lie to me, so let's see
Go ahead and
what
give me the truth.
Out of you. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm giving him some extra bonus points because he knew who to go to, okay? You knew who to go to get this information. You knew who to go to, and you know who is running the house. You know Cirie is running the house. The fact that he's telling more information, it feels like to me, to Cirie than his own number 1, I'm gonna use some points just for that because you can recognize who is running the house by yourself. But that's about it.
Because that's safety, because he know where safety is in need be.
And you know,
survival
instincts.
Yes.
Listen, he won a veto. If I would have guessed, I would have said Red ain't winning nothing this season. So he won a veto, so that's good. But I'm knocking down bonus points because y'all know for a fact that there's a structure in this house.
Crazy.
You and your number 1 had HOH and veto. Y'all held all the power and didn't do nothing with it.
Yeah.
Period.
5.
Right in the middle. And that's the thing. I like Red, and I love you guys' perspective because I feel like I've been fighting a battle all along about Red because this is how I feel. I feel like with players like Red, there's a archetype bias that a lot of people have.
Yes,
a lot of people,
100%.
A lot of people think Red is a dud. So even when he plays the game, they just see him as a dud. And I don't think that's fair because he's truly just not as bad of a player as his general archetype usually is. Yeah. He is aware of the game. He's aware of the structure. He makes moves that are beneficial. When he finds out that Cirie and them don't trust him, he tries to go to them. He tries to create a whole different side. When that different side doesn't work, he tries to recreate a side with Cirie and the structure, the Legend 25. So he does actively do things when he's aware of his position shifting. And I feel like it's not fair for people to kind of disregard him in that way. So I do like that he's actually an active player and he's actually playing the game. And I think people just see his.
They just don't like Red. That's all.
They just don't like Red. They literally just don't like Red. So that's just wrong. But I love that he was able to stay safe via Cameron this week. I think that he is a good competitor. He's one of the only people who won a comp in this house. Him, Cameron, and Jack.
Right.
And
Felicia, yeah.
And Felicia. And it's likely that he could just win the next HOH. Then what, bitch? You know?
Very likely.
If that's the case, it's going to get real bad. And
get nasty.
It's going to get real bad. And also, I do think it's possible that even if, because y'all are saying he could stay against Cameron, he could just win the veto. He won the veto. Typically, people who win vetoes tend to win multiple. And because he just won one, Cameron didn't win it. Cameron didn't win the one before. Cameron played in 2. So if Red and Cameron are definitely playing in the next veto, Red could probably beat.
Because who gonna beat him? Blue? If she's still here, Blue gonna beat
Red. And if they're taking out Jag, who's gonna beat Red in a veto?
Exactly.
Bowie James.
They were saying Red. Yeah, they were saying Red through the veto that Jag was playing in. Like, he was close in that one. And then Jag was second in this one that Red just won. So clearly, Red is a low-key comp beast. So
it's looking like it.
His archetype was a veto king himself. So Donnie was winning vetoes in his season.
So I think he has chances. I really do think he has chances to either stay over Cameron or literally win a veto or win the HOH. He's gotten second. He slipped on this this last one. He's got a second in the HOH before. So I think he has a lot of chances. And I think he's a smart player, smart enough to stay over Cameron at least. So I think I'll give him a 3.5.
You know what you just did? It reminded me of Keke Palmer. In that, what was the name of that show where they did the dance? What was the name of that? Legendary.
She was dancing the whole time?
No, she was a judge. Legendary, yes.
Oh.
Keke Palmer would be like, that was
gave all that praise.
Spectacular performance. Y'all ate down. My score is a 3.
I didn't even mean for it to come across that way, but
you did say a lot of positive things.
I was like, oh, he going 6. He going 6. He said 3.
Child, Cameron. Lee, how you feel about Cameron?
I mean, I think Cameron is just clueless. Like, he really gets most of his information from Red, and a lot of Red's information is just wrong or just lies or missed from Cirie, and that's really, really bad. Like, he was someone that, because he was this pawn these last 2 weeks, he was someone people were not seeing too much as a threat. And honestly, I think he was someone at first was going to stay over Red. Red was becoming the bigger target, and people weren't really worried about Cameron. But now with this week, literally him just getting the power, I feel like it puts him at the forefront of what they feel like that group of Cameron, Red, and Bowie are doing that barely exists, but they feel like it's the thing. And now he's kind of getting the brunt of that. And at least when it comes to, especially in comparison to Red, like, I think Red, at least he gets up and socially tries to interact and get information, extract things, play the game. Cameron, for the most part, doesn't really do shit. And then Red comes and brings the information. He's just like, well, I knew that already.
He knows so much.
Like, you didn't know none of that, sir, at all. And like, I feel like he went against his better judgment this week because he literally wanted to backdoor Izzy. He wanted to target the core. But I do feel like I said, because of the information Red provided him, he just didn't want to do it. He felt safe through Red's connection, and he's been doing that since the beginning when he turned on Riley and blew up the entire family style. He was like, I'm going to ride Red's connection in the professors to stay safe. Mm-hmm. And the whole time, Red wasn't even in a good position. So honestly, I'm gonna keep it at a 2. I mean, he got power, but didn't really do shit with it, in my opinion. And he's still the biggest target in the fucking game. So it honestly is even worse. Like, people really, really started to dislike him more. It's like, it's bad. He's not good at this game at all. I'm sorry.
Nope.
I feel like I agree. I don't. It sucks because I do think Cameron has good ideas. He's agreeing. He knows alongside Red that these people are in the core, these people are running the game. But like you said, he didn't do anything with it. All he did was make people dislike him more than Red.
Yep.
Next week, he can't play HOH. He ain't won a veto yet. So it's like you're going home against Red. If Red's not on the block, you're going home against anyone else for sure. And you're everyone's target. So I feel like it got to be a 2. You're getting out Jag. Baby, Izzy is right there. Cirie is there. Jared is there. They're like,
honestly.
There's so many better targets, and I feel like this was a terrible target for him. Him wanting to take out Jag for 2 weeks, 3 weeks in the first place was stupid anyways. And now he's actually doing it. Very stupid. So I just don't agree with his opinions. I don't agree with the way he's playing the game, and he's going home. Eric, how do you feel?
I concur with pretty much everything y'all said. Cameron, I could care less about him as a player. He think he know it all. He got so much information and don't know he halfway out the door. Being out the door the last 2 weeks, he was almost out the door both times with Riley and Hisam sitting next to him. And so even with him being HOH, he was like, "Oh, I'm ready to shake it up. Things are getting ready to get spicy now that if you give it to me, America, it's gonna get spicy. I know what I need to do." Mm-hmm. And you do Jag and Blue.
And then they was finna flip the vote. They were literally finna flip the vote on him and take out Blue to blindside him, the HOH.
Like, let's be real. And then the fact that you know who's in power and X, Y, and Z, all of these things, but you're not acting on it. So, yeah, he's not a good player. I'm giving him a 2.
Tracy?
All right, 1.
Ooh.
And I'm only giving him a 1 because he won a comp. Because how are you HOH? You come into power and he literally has gained nothing from this HOH. You have the ultimate power in the house and you ain't made no new friends. You haven't even made a move. You making everybody else move. And on the cool, Red won veto, and it kind of feel like it's more Red HOH than Cam.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It does, actually.
Why are you here? The only thing that man did was, I don't know why it stuck in my head. All he did was sit up in the HOH and eat beef jerky. So, and one is nice. So I'm gonna give him a 1.
Period.
This is just another nag on him too. I just feel like they had this idea of creating this middle person alliance, and the girl was talking about this like earlier in the week. You know, a lot of the brighter people in the game he wanted to include this group, and it just didn't make sense in itself because Matt didn't trust him like that. Cory didn't trust him like that, and that was completely exposed when Matt ratted the entire group out 2-3.
No
so
sense.
It's like you just like you don't know what you're doing.
No discernment whatsoever. Because why did you think you could trust Matt and Cory?
He was adamant. Cory told him, "Well,
we have Matt. We have Matt."
And don't.
Girl, let's get to fucking Bowie Jane. I feel like
Lord.
I feel like this is the
fucking Bowie Jane.
I'm conflicted. Yeah. This is what I'm conflicted about. She's safer
than everybody.
Than a lot of
people. When they discussed their final 6, they said fucking Bowie Jane. So Bowie Jane has a final 2 with Felicia. She's probably gonna make it to the end of the game.
Very high chance.
But doing nothing.
Yes,
she's nothing.
I would argue that that's probably not even relevant that much more after this week. I will say they change weekly. So a lot of the reason why they're really trashing Bowie Jane this week is because they assume that she's somehow safe by the power structure of Red and Cameron, even though they're blaming her for shit just as much as they are. But I feel like once they're not in power anymore and one of them go home, I do feel like Bowie Jane might be able to slip back into that, but they've been trashing her a lot. So I don't even know.
I'm just, and this rating is based 100% off of the fact that she's not playing the game and she's not going to win the game. But I'm going to give her a 2.
Sorry to this woman.
Sorry to that lady. I'm probably low on her, but I'm not going to be wrong.
I mean, that's not
she is
give her.
So, Tracy, how do you feel about Bowie?
Okay, fucking Bowie Jane. Let's get into it. She's gonna pop in every room. And if you keep popping, one thing I need to know is like, Bowie Jane gotta have a little bit of like, do you see what's going on? Every time you pop up in a room, people are talking game and they be quiet, change the subject. You gotta start seeing people roll their eyes when you walk into the room. But the biggest thing for me is your alliance. She's in this alliance, had a meeting, and then you come in, they looking like, the hell she? Oh, she is in the alliance, huh? Oh, I get all right. If you gotta have a meeting about the alliance after the alliance because you that lost in the game, child, she 2. I'm gonna leave it at that 2. She had a great spot in the game, but she could have kind of just relaxed a little bit. And, you know, her and Izzy had got into it a little bit because, you know, she wanted to go to sleep. And I think that just kind of like spearheaded like people looking at Bowie Jane a little bit more. You're like, you know what? She is getting on my nerves too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 2.
Lee, how you feel?
I just feel so bad for fucking Bowie Jane. Like, she don't do nothing to nobody.
She really don't be doing nothing.
Like, Bowie Jane be minding her good old business. Bowie Jane wake up, she do her little workout. You know, she really just be minding her business, and they just hate her because she's attached to Red and Cameron. And she's literally
not attached to Red and Cameron. Stop lying on her.
In their eyes, she is, and what Cirie thinks is
it's slowly becoming true. It's slowly becoming true though.
Yeah.
They pushing her into
they made it happen.
Their arms.
Yep, that's exactly what happened.
I feel like Bowie, like, like I said, I feel like a lot of the reason she's getting a lot of the hatred this week is because Red and Cameron are in power, and they're just assuming that she is connected.
Yeah, she
to that. With it. Like, so I do feel like for now, I don't know how much she's in their end game because they were considering it. But maybe if Red and Cameron both go, or if just Cameron goes, they feel like they're not really as threatening. She could be good. I feel like I am going to just stick with the 3 because I feel like she's still slightly safer than Red and Cameron. But at the end of the day, it's just she's not going anywhere in this game. I don't think that she really has the game sense at all. But at the same time, this is what they get for casting someone just because they had an Australian accent. They did the same thing to Indy. Like, without she knows BB Australia, not BB US.
Oh God.
Eric, how you feel?
So Bowie Jane. I really, what is she doing to these people? That is my biggest question. Yeah. She is doing something when them cameras cut. She is terrorizing these people some way, somehow.
She gotta be like when people sleep. I feel like she be over the bed like. She gotta be doing something. Something we not seeing.
Giving Chucky because
all she do is walk in the room.
That's all she be doing.
With them checkered pajama pants. That's all she do.
Yeah.
Just in the room with them pajama pants on. Bowie Jane, the thing is, she is safer than a lot of people in this game. Mm-hmm. And even if she were to be next to Red or Cameron, she's staying over both of them. Mm-hmm. So that's a plus. But she adds nothing to this game. We don't see her in the DRs. I don't know what her thoughts are, where she thinks the game is going.
I don't know. Nothing.
And my only caveat to her is while she's giving Victoria from season 16, like she's just gonna be dragged along to the end because she's making it far because she don't do nothing. Ooh. But she's also an attorney, and that is like in my mind is like, is this how she's coming off intentionally? I'm a DJ and I don't have rhythm, even though I said I'm in, just trying to play this aloof character, but she really clocking everything and just ain't giving it to us because she's trying to be behind the scenes, and that's the edit they giving her. I don't know, but she getting a 3 for me.
Mm-hmm. I think the hard thing is specifically with Bowie Jane is that she is genuinely not doing anything else outside of being aligned with them. And almost everything they hate about Bowie is something that she's not doing. So I feel like even if she is capable of playing the game, she is not understanding the position that she's in, and she's never going to get it because most of it is just made
never
up.
Never going to get it. Never ever gonna get
and
it.
What's funny, I really think she loyal to like bye bye bitches. Like I think that's like she was in that thing.
Down.
Lot.
I'm pretty sure she still is.
Yeah.
Still is. Meanwhile, it don't exist for them. They forgot. Let's move on to America. Tracy, how do you feel about Miss America?
America. She had a very, very good opportunity to be really good in this game. She knows the game. I feel like she knows the game well. She said that if she had won power, who she would put up, but that's irrelevant because you threw the con. You didn't want to win. You got scared. And she definitely getting some points knocked down because she run her mouth. You run your mouth too much, and now you're in trouble. You got the person that's been looking out for you in the house in trouble, and now people don't trust you. I'm gonna give her this week for sure. I'm gonna give her a 4.
Okay. Eric, how do you feel about
I share some of the same sentiments as Trice. She's a super fan of the game. She knows the game. She did really well in Pressure Cooker. She did good in the first competition, so we know she has the ability to win comps. She knows what's going on in the game. She just didn't act on it, which again, I understand because sometimes it's best to sit back and let other things play out. And when the moment, timing is everything in this game, right? Mm-hmm. So you have to know when it's your time to make certain moves. And I just don't think for her longevity in the game, it was right for her to make the move, but she needed to quit talking like she was going to make it. And it was the best move for her because it wasn't. And she do run her mouth so much, too much that it got her in some hot water. And what did Felicia tell her last week? If we get you in, that you've been faking. And that you'll be the first to go.
You'll be the
And she really didn't even listen. Like, girl, you should have heard her.
She did not listen at all.
Right. You was upset about the threat and didn't listen to the threat. Like, come on, girl.
Now you and your no man's flirt man's is in trouble because of your plan. So for that reason, America has a problem, and it is a 4. Her score is a 4.
Okay.
Last week I gave America 3.5 because it was looking bad for her. It was looking worse for her. It was looking bad for her
because she was almost out.
And then she got into this alliance. What's the alliance called?
For real.
It's already not for real.
For fake.
But she was in that alliance, and that made me feel better for her. But now she got caught up. She got caught up with the JAG information. She's really bad. But I'm conflicted because I still think Red and Cameron will go before her. I just think after Red and Cameron, which is 2 weeks, then I think it's going to be America Cory. And at first I was like, well, Cory's a bigger threat than America, but baby, I think Cory's just going to be able to talk his way, his connection with Jared. He still has an alliance with these people. So I think America is going to go home after Red and Cameron.
Yep.
But America could also win an HOH before that even happens. She could win an HOH in between the two. These two people are still in here. It's top 12. That's going to be top 10. She could win the top 10 HOH. Take a shot.
And Blue too. Blue is in that running too.
And that's the thing. Blue is someone else who people are talking about can go home also. So I think she has potential to make it a few weeks. But looking at the people left, there's a group of people who I just know is going to be in the end game. And she's just not.
She's not in it.
Cirie, Izzy, Jared, Felicia, Mecole before you, Matt before you. At most, you're getting 7th.
Yep.
So honestly, I'm gonna keep it at the 3.5. She didn't do herself any favors. If America was ready to be, boss up and play the game, she would have went to Cory and said, we need to go to Red and Cameron and we need to make our move. Period. We need to lock it in with Red and Cameron and JAG because they have a relationship with JAG. JAG going home is terrible for America. Specifically. Because that was your life vest. She's voting him out. Girl, who cares and this is what Cirie does. And Cirie was telling Jared this. Cirie was like, Jared, even though JAG wants you out, that can change. Even though you used to want us out, that can change. All JAG did was snitch on you. Baby, that's not even him targeting you. First of all, he's on the block, of course. Please be serious. I think America and Cory should have been smart enough to be like, who gives a fuck that he just told us and fucked our game up? We still need to save her. What the fuck is Blue other than being a bird? Nothing.
That part.
So other than being a bird. This was her week. And she let everything slip out of her hands. She let Cameron and Red stay loyal to Cirie and them. So Cameron and Red are taking out America next week if they win.
Now they just trust her. Like, what?
Girl, they wanted to in the final 3.
Like that. She had a chance. It's a 3 actually, because I feel like she did everything wrong. Like, what could America do wrong this week? And she did it all. She
forgot about that.
All of it.
It was bad. And I don't think she can pick up these pieces. She's been scrambling so far. The only reason she got saved was because Cory was helping vouch for her over and over and over again. Now Cory's focused on her because of her.
Because of her. You the reason. He on the outs.
Both of their games real bad. It's a 3. Lee, how you feel?
I mean, I was gonna keep it at 3.5, but you convinced me to give her a 3 as well. I think what it was like,
and low key, go ahead and make mine 1 too, because I forgot about that.
Say, you know what? Threes across the board. 3s across the board.
3 across the board.
I had a 3.5 last week, and I was like, well, she would have went up when she got brought into the Alliance, but it's like the fact that position came right back to where it was, plus more with now Blue with Cameron and Red not trusting her. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if Blue stays this week, like, that's not good for her because Blue is likely just going to stick up with Jared and it's going to go back to not trusting her for no reason at all. Like, she really just has nowhere to go outside of Cory. And I do feel like Cory is someone who can get himself back in the circle, but he's not going to be able to get her. He's not he's tried to help her. She blew up his entire game. He told her not to trust JAG like that. And she's like, no, I can trust him. Like, why would you go up to him and literally say, like, like she didn't name the alliance, but like she basically named every person within it. Like, and you didn't think that was gonna go anywhere. Like, I just feel like she's just clearly not.
And she could have held on to that and used it.
Like something. Like I think at this point she really doesn't know herself where to go. Like I will say, her going to Jag, I feel like if Jag was playing optimally, like that wouldn't have been a bad thing. Clearly he's not, I feel like, fully involved in the game, because that is something he should not have ratted out. I think that the America-Cory relationship is really good for him. They would be votes for him to stay this week, and this plan would probably be working if he didn't do that move, because there was a way to get those votes from Cirie without ratting out American Cory. It's just like, I don't know. So, it's a 3. She is in a very bad position, and it sucks because even at this point, if she wins the HOH, she's probably just gonna go home next. Like, she's probably just gonna make it worse for herself.
Yeah.
With that too, I would say, even if she was being crazy enough to get rid of Jag, what happened to your relationship that you had with Blue? Y'all used to be girls. Y'all used to be sitting on there talking about some why are you not trying to reestablish, pull her away from Jared and make her your girl again? Because with y'all, if y'all pillow talking as girls, you know, y'all chilling and kiki like y'all was, Blue gonna spill that information that you need to know that's crucial in the game. So even if you are, all right, Jag, it's too late, he gotta go, why aren't you trying to reestablish the relationship that you had with Blue before Jared became in the picture?
Or even, why is it that Blue, who's been lost for 2 weeks, the one talking to the camera saying, I should make a 4 with America, Cory, Blue, and Jared? Why is America not doing that? Girl,
no, because she gave Blue that information, and then Blue went and told Felicia. So she was like, well, I'm done with Blue. That's the thing. I feel bad for America,
but that's
because
true,
she did try, and then her allies who shouldn't ratted her out. So I can see why she's a little bit scared to go to
another angle. Like,
what other angle? Who else is there?
Cory and Jared. The same angle Blue's gonna take through Cory and Jared. Cory and Jared have a connection through Cory and Jared. Tell Cory there should be a 4. You don't have to tell Blue shit. You could just say, well, Cory, wouldn't a 4 be great with me, you, and Blue?
Well, I think she was thinking, okay, Cory, that's the thing. What I think, and that's the issue, and we'll talk about more with Cory too. Cory in America, they got into for real. They thought it was for real, and they got comfortable. It wasn't for real. Because I think America's kind of like, well, like she went to Jag, she went to Blue, she went to Matt, she went to all of them and told them who's the core, who they have to target, and they blew her off. So I feel like I don't blame her for getting in an alliance and being like, well, fuck them. I'm good.
I
agree.
It's
like, you have to stay alert, because look what happened. Like, she's in some shit, and it's like, she don't even realize it.
I think the issue with that is, I agree, because that's 100% true. The issue with that is America just wasn't in the position to be coming at them that way. She did not have the relationship with them like that. When it was coming to the Riley shit, when it was coming to the Riley week, they was already mad at America. Baby, you wasn't even with us. Where were you? We was riding for rides. You wasn't there. You wasn't in the car. So I think the relationship she had to those people did not equate the information she was trying to tell with those people. And I think that's America's issue. She's always vaguely close to people. Even now with For Real, she's vaguely close to For Real.
Yeah.
She's only ever really been actually close to Cory, and that's even been vague for a while. It just now got real close. And it's more romantic close than strategically close still. Cory's still lying to her or telling her half-truths still to this day. And I feel like she's not I can't trust her now. As he should.
Right.
He's not good. She's not good at creating strong bonds. She creates very weak bonds. And then tries to
know better,
and then tries to act accordingly. That's why Jag told on her, you have a weak ass bond with Jag. You and Jag are not good like that. That's why Blue told on you. You and Blue are not that cool. She doesn't actually make valuable bonds. She should have made a final 2 with Blue week 1. And then maybe the information would have been a little bit less loose-lipped. But it was not. But
see, I knew
I'm off of her. I'm not gonna keep dragging her. No, I'm good.
See, I knew it was weird. Like after the veto, you know how they was sitting on the bed crying and whatnot, and it was Blue, Jag, and America. America was sitting right on there crying. Oh,
and they were like, "Can you go?"
Blue was like, "Excuse me, can you get out real quick?"
Yep.
And then she does love you, girl. Okay, yeah, sure. Girl, ain't you supposed to be in her? That right there would have told me, like, I need to rethink my whole game, because why the hell they kick me out? Y'all on the block. Y'all need me, actually. And the fact that they kick your ass out the room? Come on.
Because she is smart. I just think she needed her relationships didn't equate. Everything she said was correct and smart. It's stupid. It's stupid that no one listened. But also, I kind of understand why no one listened. No one really valued her in the first place. She wasn't even in the core of the Riley line.
Sis wanted that Riley, but she wanted that to carry her to the final 8 before she could start making moves.
Yeah. She's definitely gonna ride it out.
Moving on to Birdie Blue. Eric, how do you feel?
Miss Cyan, Turquoise, Sapphire, Azul. She don't have anything for me to say much about her game.
Can we do negatives?
Sure.
Blue for me.
First for everything.
She's going to stay at. Well, I'm gonna give her a point because she is trying to get close to the mama so she can make it to Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I'm gonna give her 1. That's about it. Because I don't have nothing to say about her game wise. I really don't.
Lee?
I mean, Blue is just really out of the game. Like, it's crazy that she got literally the most, I think, pivotal, important piece of information this season. And she said, I mean, but how does that really affect me?
Julie, come get her today, Julie, because clearly,
like, girl, you're at Big Brother. Like, where the fuck else are you at? Like, this is not Love Island. This is
sad.
Like, it's none of those things. And I keep saying this about Blue. It hurts more because I feel like she had so much potential. Her social game initially was really good.
I ain't gonna listen because we had pinned her early. Like, nah, she not gonna
really
from that little video from her being.
I don't know what it was, but the mood was like.
I feel like the first. I get what y'all saying is definitely for the preseason, but I feel like the first week with the whole Riley alliance, and she was talking about building these pockets of safety, and she was one of the main ones trying to make those outside of the alliance relationships. But once their structure, cracked, it's
once
just
Riley was
all scrambled. But now, instead of exactly, and now instead of I feel like trying to actively play, she's more so just flirting and cuddling with Jared all day. I like that today she spoke about the information on her own, so I don't know if that could become a thing. Doubt it. She also did speak about being a forward with Cory in America, which I do really like. She's somewhat playing somehow, somewhere, some way. But at the end of the day, similar to America, she's not in there in game. I think Jared will fight his hardest to get her as close as possible, but Blue not winning this damn game. And she's barely even playing it. So I feel like just because of the position, still, I'll just leave it at a 3. But the closer we get to the finale, it's just gonna drop because there's 0 win equity and no path to the end.
Tracy?
I'm gonna give her. I do want to give her a 2. Yes, 2.
She did do good at pressure cook. I forgot.
Listen, why? See, Eric, you know me. The only reason why I'm gonna give her that because at least she held her own for a good minute in pressure cooker. And number 2, I mean, you came on Big Brother. I don't think she really playing the game at all. I don't know what she's doing, but at least she done came on Big Brother and got us some dick. So I guess a win is a win.
Oh Lord! Period. I
mean, that's all she done got. That's it.
Agree. But I think Blue is smart. I just think she's not playing the game currently. I think this last 2 weeks she hasn't been playing the game. She probably got a little bit of a wake up call, and that's why she's talking to the camera.
I hope so.
But it's not enough. It's not a big enough one. I will say this doesn't even have nothing to do with Blue. It does, but it doesn't. Putting myself in Cirie's shoes, I actually think it's beneficial for Cirie to bring Blue farther than Mecole, farther than Matt. When Cirie said that one time that Blue should be in their final 6, I do think that's a great idea. Blue is going to be a bird to the end of the game. And I think, I hate to put it like that.
I can't even laugh at that because you dead ass. I'm seriously agree with you.
I'm so serious. And I genuinely think Cirie's best way to help her and Jared get to final 2 is by having Blue along with Izzy, who is her, daughter, make it pretty far. That's
daughter and daughter-in-law.
Right. That's her daughter-in-law. Her daughters. I definitely think for Cirie,
I can agree with that.
Blue Kim Fields.
And I think
because Blue ain't beat nobody in the house, barely. And
she said she would get rid of Jared if need be. So if Cirie got to the point was like,
you know what, I'm gonna keep her around. She get rid of Jared.
But see, that's the thing. Jared gonna have to tell her the secret correctly because she still think it's Felicia. So she gonna target Cirie, thinking she not targeting his mama, and that's the mama. He corrects her on who's who.
But this is I feel like Cirie eventually gets the right idea of where she needs to move strategically, and there's nothing in my mind that tells me that Blue making it further than these threats like Cory, like America, like Mecole, like Matt won't cross Cirie's mind. Blue is going to continue to not play well. She's going to continue to play stupidly and under Jared. So if they save her this week, I don't see a week
not under Jared.
For Cirie to be smart. Is Cirie being the smart girl I know she is? There's not a reason for Blue to go after this week. This was the only week you probably could have said so. Once she stays, maybe it's over. You might as well just bring her to the
gonna be
it's not necessary. You should not get out Blue before Red, before Cameron, before Mecole. Like these are actual people who are.
Better get out Blue before Mecole, but
you better. but honestly, if you were smart, you probably wouldn't. So me assuming Cirie is going to end up on the right track, I'm going to assume Blue might make it far after this week. So I'm gonna give her a 3.
Period.
Okay.
All that for a 3.
3 for the nominee.
She's not playing good. This is fully based on the fact that I think Cirie's gonna wake up and be like, never mind, she can make it far. Right.
We'll let her
we have Mecole.
Mother Mecole.
Oh, Mecole is what she said her name is.
Eric, how do you feel about Mecole?
I love Mimi. She's obviously, I drafted her. I want her to do well. She's back in the auntie's good grace. Well, she almost fell out because she didn't want to clean that shower.
Oh,
but,
right.
But I like that she's back in the fold. She's getting crucial information. She's been brought on decisions. And, you know, we get to see her mind and kind of where she's at. I think she's playing a great game. She killed Pressure Cooker, and if it wasn't for that setup, Allison Gardner putting that fly in that room, I fully believe she would have won Pressure Cooker. Because the other two was, I don't care what Cameron say, his arm was getting tired. America,
anti-black.
She was gonna win. That was Mimi's HOH to win, honestly. And so I think she has so much potential. I will never forget how she ran in them heels to press that button. I know she got it in her. I know she has it in her, and she's in a really good spot. Besides Jared throwing her name out there, I think nobody's really coming for her essentially, and I think she's positioned decently in the game. So I'm gonna give, but you know, I still want to see her in power. I need to know where exactly she wants to go, her direction in the game. Where is her path to the end? You know. Because we see within her alliances, there are these pairs and people have each other, but nobody has her specifically. And I'm waiting for her to find her person or persons to get her to that final 3, you know? So I'm going to give her a 6.
Period. Tracy, how do you feel?
Everything Eric said, I'm going to give her a 6 as well, because I feel like last week I probably gave her like a 3. Like I love Mimi. But girl, what is you doing? Yeah. But this
maybe was out the door last week. I been saying F Mimi.
Baby. But she has had, and I know she's had conversations she don't even want to have. She has had some in-depth conversations with Cory this week, with Jag, because I know she was about ready to flip that hammock over with that long conversation with Jag. The fact that when she won the what's it called, the dinner, everybody's like, why she take Auntie Felicia?
The right people.
She's already in a line. It was very smart and calculated, because you got to take the aunties. I don't care.
Girl, if she didn't take them, that target would have been nasty on her back.
She would have to go next.
Planted firmly on her.
She would have been backboard. She was gonna bring the aunties.
She would have been backboard.
Baby, that dinner was automatically for them 3. I won. Okay, yeah. So what one person am I gonna take? That's how I feel in my mind. I feel like, and so I really thought, because she don't have no trust in America, none, 0, zip.
Yeah.
But the fact that she invited her to that dinner, I think that showed that was very strategic, very. And so you never know. She might just win a HOH next week. America definitely has it in her to win it. And if she do, Mimi got that on lock. She already has most of the house, okay with her. So I think that was definitely a plus for her. So solid 6. She definitely upgraded her game this week.
And the fact that you mentioned that, I'm kind of understand where did America. This is another where she falling off, so she needs to get subtracted another point.
America getting distracted.
What happened? Because what happened to that relationship that her and Mimi were forming? Those first, like they were they were bouncing stuff off each other. They were thinking, strategizing really well. Like, what's going on?
Who knows?
I feel like with Mecole, I like Mecole. Me and Lee had a conversation about Mecole earlier. Mecole, my bad. We had a conversation about Mecole earlier.
So much easier.
Like, her name is not Mecole. I don't care. I don't care what you say. It's Mecole.
How you gonna say you don't care?
That's the girl name. But I like her. I feel like her game is a slow burn. I know that she's intentionally playing this, under the radar game, and she's the only one playing it successfully. America wanted to, failed. Cory kind of wanted to, failed. Cameron kind of wanted to, failed. And Mecole, she actually did the thing. I think she's doing good at playing under the radar, and I think she's going to be able to continue to position herself in a way that she can make it to the end game. Her and Felicia are already creating a stronger bond than I thought it was. I didn't know how good it was happening, but it's working pretty good because Felicia now doesn't trust Cirie that much. Felicia and Mecole are starting to be able to have conversations about some of the people in the alliance a little bit, and I like that because it's showing that she might have a Felicia Final 2 type shit,
which I would love.
In the works. And if she's having these openings that I'm starting to see, that's going to help. Even not on Felicia's side, on Cirie's side, if Felicia's not trusting Cirie, Cirie needs another number. She needs another number, and that could easily be Mecole. So I like that Mecole has a lot of different options. I think going into the end game, and I think she's going to be one of the people who are in that like final 6, final 5 area. If she can play her cards right and get these kind of numbers to want to take her a little bit farther, she has a chance. There's a few people who has a chance to win, and I do think she's one of them. I would love to see her win. It would be a great winning game, I think, because the under the radar, it seems like Mecole, you're not doing anything, but she's intentionally not doing anything, which is so much different than not doing anything.
And she's aware, and she's showing us that she knows.
She tells us. She tells it to the cameras every week. Like, I don't know why they're doing this. I know I'm not in the core of this. She said she knew she wasn't in the core of this alliance, and then she started creating relationships with Felicia, Cirie, taking them on.
I do think that was intentional.
So taking them on
100%.
dinners. So it's like she is a smart girl, and I think she's one of the smartest people in the house. I'm gonna also give her a 6, honestly. To be honest, Lee, how you feel?
I like Mimi. I don't know if I'm gonna be a little bit lower. I don't know, because I just feel like what scares me about Mimi's game is her loyalty to Cirie in the Brown Sugar Babies Alliance, because I don't think they're loyal to that. I don't think Felicia, even if they were to create a Final 2, would be 100% loyal to Mimi. Jared is clearly not. And Cirie, I feel like that is a relationship that Mimi is fostering, but Cirie has just so many other options. I feel like Mimi has positioned herself in a way of like, if anyone's considering numbers that they probably can use or go to, Mimi will be considered. I just wish that she worked on those relationships just a little bit more. Like when Cory was proposing that Final 2, she kind of just brushed it off because it felt like, I saw it as she wants to just go to the end with the Brown Sugar Babies. I think she feels like this is like the cookout and they're doing this for a bigger purpose, but that's not the end game for her. It wouldn't be the smartest at this point because even them three would be loyal to each other over her. So I just want her to start building those outs. Like I want her to build a real alliance or connection with America or Cory, or this week she started speaking to Jag more. Jag is now going home, and she doesn't have a relationship with Blue. I was saying earlier that if one person could put her up and put her in danger, it probably would be Blue because they have no social connection. So I feel like
have they even had a conversation? I'm really trying to think in my mind. Like, have I seen them talk?
Exactly. And I just think like you could definitely say, okay, Blue could definitely reach out and speak to Mimi. It goes both ways. But if you're playing a game and you're trying to better yourself, Mimi's in the position to where she should be going out to these people and creating that relationship just to make sure that if they win, Mimi is not a layup. I think that Mimi could become that. I think she could be someone, we'll just pawn her. We don't want to go after the big dogs. We'll put up their soldier Mimi. Because she could be seen as a soldier for them as well. But I don't think she's in any immediate danger. I think that's more so long term. What I was saying earlier is that I do think she has a pretty good shot for the end game because, you know, Cirie, I feel like her structure, whatever it is by that point, will be there. And I think moving forward, Mimi will always be included. I honestly don't want her to win any HOHs coming up because I feel like that could potentially make her a target. I don't want to give anyone any unnecessary reason to talk to her. Because if she wins next week and she puts up Red and Cameron, one of them stay, they'll put her up. I don't want anyone to have a reason to put her up. And I feel like right now the only one who probably might is a Blue. That's why I want her to start, you know, creating that connection with her and just branching out more, like just strengthening the connection she has outside of the Brown Sugar Babies. Because if she did that, then I think she'd be set up for the end game, you know, regardless, you know.
She need to talk to Matt. That's who she needs to get in with.
That's what I'm saying. Matt, I mean, there's so many people.
Anybody
other than
the
core of the Brown Sugar Babies.
Yes, she needs somebody.
So I feel like she has a lot of safety by being in connection with them, but I just want her to take advantage of her position. So I'll say it's a. Where am I going with this? I'll say it's a 5.
Okay, Lee, we sticking with you. How do you feel about Matt?
I feel like Matt, this week he is becoming basically Cirie's new Cory. You know, he's her rat floater. Any information she wants for Red and Cameron, she sends Matt, and Matt loyally does it. Okay, Matt gets up, yes, ma'am, and he goes get the tea, and he brings it back hot and ready. So I think that's really good for him because he's someone that people were not threatened by at all. And now that Cirie is using him, she's definitely not going to feel threatened by him. And I don't think he's a type of player that is going to stray from Cirie. I think his people in his mind are I feel like Jag, who is probably about to go this week. And now it'll probably just be Cirie. I think from this point forward, he'll just do what she wants, which means he'll be easy to take out.
A loyal knight.
He wants, basically. So, but I do think because he has now ingratiated himself, which I think is good work on him. I think people a lot of people are figuring out who the power structure is, who is running it, and they're trying to gravitate towards that. And Matt has really snuck his way in, really replacing Cory in a way. I do think they will consider him over Cory, even if Cory fixes his game up a little bit more. I think same with Matt. Same with Mecole, I feel about Matt. I think that he's in a position to where if he took advantage of, I would be higher on. But, I mean, you know, Matt, I don't even think necessarily is just that type of player. I think that he's still learning the game. So, you know, there's just a lot that is not making him a complete whole player at this point. I still feel like he's sharing too much information because he's just a rat floater. He's just sharing info to Cirie. He's blindly loyal to Cirie. And Cirie is straight up using the fuck out of him. And when she's done, she's going to throw him away. And
she's going to toss him right on out the trash.
Toss him right on out. So that's bad for him. I think I'm going to keep him at that 5. I like the position he's in, but I think he's just like an average, you know, run-of-the-mill social player. Like, no one's going to take him out because they like him. But other than that, I don't think he has the potential to go further, honestly, than what he's at. I don't see him waking up and being like, time to target Cirie. And he's in one of the best positions to make it happen. But, you know, he's not fostering that. Like, he's not creating side deals or side alliances, so it'll never happen.
Tracy, how you feel about him?
Same. 5 is definitely, I agree. You literally said everything I was going to say. I love the fact that he, because he was there like a 2. So the fact that he was with this alliance, and unlike Blue, and Jag, really, honestly, you know, he got that little line, but he found a way to be like, okay, Riley's gone, even though he's still obsessed with Riley's gone, so I gotta find a way to like get myself further in the game. And he saw who running the house, and he got right on in with her. And when I say he knew exactly what to do, hey, Cirie, this is what I'm getting. This information I'm getting. Now, the thing with Matt that I think that needs to switch or change is I do need to see him try to make a few decisions on his own. You know, it feels like all of his decisions are dictated by who he's aligned with. So I would really like to see what he would do with power. Like, is it going to be another Cam situation? Like, you going to let somebody else bring your HOH? But yeah, 5.
Mm-hmm. I agree with the 5. I feel like, I don't think Matt is like, I don't know how to say this without being mean. So let me rephrase it. I think Matt is a little more intentional than I would have assumed because he is giving Cirie information, but he's purposefully not giving information to Jag, making sure Red and Cameron think he's with them, although he's not. Making sure, you know, he's doing things very intentionally. He is very intentionally snowing a lot of people in the house. And when people are walking around saying, we all got Matt, and Cory was kind of like, why does everybody keep saying that? I think it was a little bit more intentional than I initially thought. Yeah. So I will give him that because of the Red and Cameron thing. That's why I think it's more intentional. He's proven he's straight up lying to their face. He does not like them. He does not want to work with them. And he's pretending to want to work with them. So I like that. However, it's only helping Cirie. It's not even helping himself anymore. Jag is going home. He's put in 0 input. You put in 0 input. You have the relationship with Jag and no relationship with Blue. Where are you at? Help! Damn. Like, you need to save Jag. You need to save Jag more than everybody in the game. When we're talking about the person that Matt needs, he's here. He's Jag. Save him. Help him stay. You have influence now over Felicia, over Cirie. More than they even know, more than you know, clearly. And he could have used it, but this just proves to me that he's not at a strategic level that is going to help him win this game. I think he can make it to the end, and I think he's going to get clipped at the end, probably. Eric, how do you feel?
I'm going to give him a 5 like everybody else, although I think he's probably the best positioned in the house at this point between both power. Well, Cameron and Red ain't really a power. They are in their heads. But I think that I'm gonna give him a 6. I'm gonna give him a 6. Because that intentional ability for him to withhold information from this one side that trusts him fully without any need and necessary to do that. They trust him blindly. And then this other side, they also low-key trust him blindly too, because he is bringing them all this information. But at any given day, he could decide to, you know, I'm not rolling with this side anymore, right? But I like that he's safe. But the reason that he's with Cirie anyways, because Riley was like, you need to trust Cirie.
Yeah.
And he has held on to that.
My girl,
100%. And
baby,
so,
that Riley got a chokehold on that man. I don't know what she done did.
To the point where literally every person she told him to trust and every person she told him not to trust, he said, yes, ma'am. Baby, like he just was hardened. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think he's playing a great. He's not playing a winning game. And so we need to see more game talk from him. You know, his DR. I need to see where his head's at. What is his plan to make it to the end game? But other than that, I think he's playing a really safe game right now, and he's in a good position.
Period. Jag. I guess I'll start with Jag. I feel like I think it was okay work that he was able to get Cirie and Izzy's minds turning to want to save him. But like Lee kept saying, I think it was just inevitable for them to flip back, honestly. So because of that, it's like, that sucks. I don't think he did a great job at preventing Red and Cameron from targeting him in the first place. Which he kind of just let the war go. Even Blue when she was being a bird, like she was in the midst of up Jared's ass. She was like that was the main up Jared's ass section of her game. And even she went to Red, went to Cameron, tried to have conversations to reconcile because she knew they were targeting him. And he kind of didn't do that at all. And it was at a point where Jag was literally realizing he needs to target Cirie, Izzy, and he still didn't do anything. You knew you didn't need to target Red and Cam. And instead of pivoting kind of more towards preventing that from happening, stuff like that, he didn't. He did make a connection with Cory in America, ruined that this week with his campaign. And I feel like now he's just probably going to go home. And he had great instincts in the game here and there and here. But at the end of the day, he just was not good at implementing his instincts in any way. He like fumbled the ball. It's like he kept catching the ball, not even catching. He'd have the ball sometimes and just fumble it. And it's like
not the fumble.
That I just think it's like, so I think he's gonna go home. I prefer him to stay, but it's just my preference. That's not much. He did get them to change their mind a little bit this week. That was cute. So I mean, I guess I'll give him.
That was cute.
Even if he stayed, if he stays, Red and Cameron are gonna go still before him. I feel, but he's just gonna have to eventually go. And the thing is, I do think they could waver back again, and then it's like, oop. Oop. I'll give him a 3. I'll give him 2.5. I'll give him 2.5. I can't do the 3. Eric, how you feel?
I like Jag. He was actually my winner pick preseason because he was giving this cool, calm, collected, calculated. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna be, I'm gonna make these social connections, but I'm gonna also kind of like, be on the background, kind of running things. Jag lacks leadership. He has no leadership skills. He has no guidance in this game. He's lost, unfortunately. He won that little one veto, which was good. But he didn't win
that little one veto.
That one little thing.
I thought he was gonna win this one. That's why I was high on him last week. I'm like, he's just gonna win veto. Girl, what happened?
Yeah.
But I think again, like we kind of mentioned earlier, like he wants to be this clean game person, and I think that's hurting him. And this because he's seen this game so one dimensional, and he has you have to be able to lie to these people. At least cross your fingers behind your back if you feel like you don't want to be lying to do something. And I just feel like he's just taking it each week. He's just, I'm going on the block. I guess I'm going. Like, there's no fight. Where's the fight? And that's where I'm looking for, because I really like Jag. And again, a lot of what it is, I see the potential in the player that he could be, but he is not being, because he's not taking charge and he's not fighting for himself. He's putting his game in Cirie's, which is, I mean, those are pretty capable hands to put your game in. Like, if you're running information to her because you realize that she's running things, I understand, but he's not actively fighting for himself. So I got to give him a 4. And I don't know if we're going to go back to the rankings.
That's a nice 4.
Yeah, it's a nice 4.
Period. Tracy, how you feel?
I'm gonna go ahead and just go right to it, and we're gonna give Jared. Lord, you talking about me?
Their names, bro.
You're gonna give Jag a 3. Jag, I mainly wholeheartedly agree with what Eric said. I think Jag had a really good potential to do really well in this game. Honestly, I even think if he was in a different alliance, like if he had started off in a different alliance, like things would be different for him. He really just needs a little direction. But in the game of Big Brother, like, only one person wins in this game. If I have to direct over you on how to play Big Brother, you're not gonna be here for that much more longer, Yeah. So honestly, I think Jag's only thing to get him further in the game would be to win out, and he lost. So yeah.
Yep. Right. I think I'll give him a 3. I see a campaign trail for him, like Wednesday, Thursday. To be honest, I can see him going back in.
It's definitely gonna flop back and forth.
He's gonna try to push back hard. He knows they should. He's gonna at last minute. And you know what? That's probably gonna be smart. Get them at the last minute. If you need to flip these people, flip them at the last minute. And he already said, I forgot who he was talking to, but he already said he's gonna try again at the last minute to flip them. And I feel like he could stay with these people.
He should.
Lee, how you feeling?
I just feel like, with Jag, it's just like, it's the he's just too stagnant in his gameplay. Like I was saying from the beginning, it's like he got into the first family style alliance, and then he got really comfortable, and then he wasn't doing much anymore. And then he got in danger. And then when he's in danger, that's when he's wanting to go and talk to people and make these relationships and try to build something. And when Felicia said she wanted to nominate him as this pawn, he was like, okay, fine, let's create this group. And I thought this was great gameplay. You create this group. You don't actually be loyal to it because, of course, they're nominating you. Why the fuck would you be loyal to it? But then he actually becomes loyal to 7 Deadly Sins with people that he knows were not that, I mean, that's the thing. He doesn't think they were responsible, but they had something to do with Riley going home. They still didn't go.
Right.
And I feel like if he was just, looking at, like you said, Eric, it's just like one dimensional. Like, I feel like he's not looking at every single piece on the game board at all. I mean, specifically with Cory in America, it honestly just annoys me that he just brushed them off, and then finally, when you want to lie and backstab and throw people under the bus, it's Cory in America, which it got them to flip. But I thought from the beginning, like I said, that was just going to be temporary. It didn't work, because if instead of throwing them under the bus, if you had just flipped Cirie into Quentin to keep you, then they still would have included Cory in America, and then you would not have it to be waiting on Jared, who is, with Blue. It's like he put himself in a really precarious situation when he didn't have to do that. I just feel like, there were options to go to Cameron and Red and, use information that America was telling him, really good information. And he decided against that. I mean, that's something that he still could have did even when Red had veto. Use veto on me. They're playing you. I will work with you guys, And I just feel like I just feel like, honestly, he kind of gives up too easily a little bit. Like, I feel like it's like, well, I mean, hey, I'll go up. It's fine. Well, you're telling me that we have Jared's vote. Okay. All right. Well, we'll wait. And then he tries to approach them of like, okay, how about we include Cory in America? And they're like, no. And he's like, okay. And it's like even today, like, I didn't see any campaigning really yet much, Yeah. And it's like, I just wish he really just lived up to the potential that he just truthfully has. But I will say it's a 3. I will say I agree with the 3. I don't think that he's someone that's a bad player. I think that he just got dealt a really bad hand. I mean, he's going against Cirie of all people. I mean, he was never going
to lose. That. Right. You were always going to lose. Okay.
Listen, I gotta say, I agree with Curly Z. Jag campaigned way harder for Riley than he campaigned for himself.
He honestly,
literally,
yeah.
Like, if he put that same energy
for himself,
like, if he do that Thursday, he might flip it right back. So I mean, there's still time. So we gonna see.
Yeah. How do you feel about Izzy, Trice?
My girl Izzy. That's my girl. Okay, she be doing the most, a lot. Okay, she do. Overall though, my thing with Izzy is, okay, so of course you know this secret. Of course you're close to Cirie. She has made quite a few connections in the house that I think benefits her game, but she's starting to rub people the wrong way. Her comments are starting to get to people, and you got to look at it like this. That means it's becoming a dent in her social game, and Izzy ain't won nothing. So only thing she got left in the house is the social game. And honestly, I think if she's not as attached to Cirie, she gonna be out sooner than later. Because if somebody else wins that's not in that core alliance, the bye-bye bitches, whatever, I do think there is a big possibility if somebody wins veto next week, she could possibly, high chance, go home.
Yeah.
They say, we got the votes. They gon', you know what? This might be a good chance to take Izzy out. So I need Izzy to kind of like flip her game a little bit. And also I need her to start making some decisions by herself. That's one thing that I don't like that Izzy does. Like she does, like even when she does have an opinion, Cirie will be like, but nah, we're not doing that. And she'd be like, yeah, right.
Mm-hmm,
I don't like that. Like have a little opinion to yourself. I can understand, you gotta be kind of a yes man here and there, but you also gotta have a little bit more control over your game. And right now, I think her game is Cirie's game right now. So I'm gonna give her a 5.
Yeah. Lee, how you feel?
Yeah, I just feel like Izzy, like it's crazy because I always comment on how good of an active player she is, which I really appreciate. Like her being in connection with Cirie's core and working hand in hand with Cirie, it really helps her a lot. The issue is that she's really just playing for Cirie at this point. A lot of information that she's told from, the Cory, America and things like that, she does just run back to Cirie with that information. I feel like there are a lot of people who would consider her someone that they want to work with separate from Cirie, but she'll never allow herself to be in that position because she so much just wants to work for Cirie and Jared. And I just feel like it sucks because like she's someone who I think could have a potential of winning if she was being a little bit more self-interested. And I mean, especially this week, I mean, you have Jared and Cirie all but saying like, I mean, if she gets targeted, she gets targeted. Like, it is what it is. So they're at a point where like they're not even trying to put up and protect her because she's walking around making people actively dislike her. Like Red and Cameron, the only reason why they're even considering targeting that core is because of Izzy. The way he openly dislikes them, openly talks about targeting them. Like she's the main reason why they're even suspicious, and that's just going to continue happening. Like the longer we go into the week, I think Izzy is just going to into the season. Izzy's going to continue to just spiral and piss people off. I think her jury management specifically is just probably going to be so bad. Like, Cirie is going to be able to keep hiding behind that. So that
intentionally,
I agree.
Really bad. But I will say at this point, she is in the core, which is really good. I think the big obstacle for her right now is Red and Cameron, because even though she's ratting out Cory in America, Cory specifically does still think that Izzy is someone that he can share some sort of information with. You know, Jared tried to warn him.
He got a soft spot for Izzy.
He do. I think he's thinking him and Izzy are in the same spot, but they're not.
You're not.
Like, he wants Cirie to win, as she should. Period. But it's like, you know, she is definitely going to get targeted first. If they are able to get a shot taken, I think she will be the first one out. So I'll say it's a 5 as well. But she definitely needs to do better, because I think if she were to have a good social game with everyone outside of the structure, like she would never go home. Like she would not be targeted. Like, because Jared and Cirie aren't going to do it, and if no one else in the structure isn't doing it, like you would be set. And it's like she's making it harder for herself because her social game is so bad.
Yeah, Eric, how you feeling?
I'm also just gonna get straight to the point with a 5, because y'all have pretty much laid it all out. I like Izzy. I do believe that if she can start making those connections that you mentioned, like outside of that structure and rebuilding the social game that she has destroyed, I think that Izzy has potential to, you know, go on and win this whole thing. But she has to stop playing for Cirie, because I know a lot of people, she's just waiting for the time to reveal the secret. She's not telling nobody about them.
I don't think so.
She's not. That woman ain't. They could be the ones to put her on the block and send her out the door, and she still won't tell their secret at this point. Maybe in the first couple weeks of game, like, oh, that's a liability. But we've seen that the son is
she in too deep now. She in too deep. She called
that
Cirie
is
mom.
her mother.
She said, "Mom."
Cirie said, no, cut that out. Don't copy your mama, because I'm not your mama. But I think that Izzy is smart, and I think she can play the game. She just has to rein in those emotions that she's feeling, and she's allowing those emotions, which they're not bad to have in the game, but they're controlling her, and they're allowing her to go through this house. I can't stand Red. I can't stand F them, F this. I want them out of this house. You can't do that, Izzy.
Right,
it's gotten back to these people that you want out.
Especially when you ain't got no power.
Or like, no deed to this house. You will be out the door. You will be out the door.
Ain't even on lease.
that part. So yeah, I'm gonna give her a 5. She doesn't have a mind of her own.
I'm giving her the 5 too. Y'all pretty much ate it up. Like I just agree. Period. She just needs to stop being weird. I feel like the hatred towards these people are unwarranted. So I feel like that's why it's like, girl, just get over it, man.
Yeah.
Like, sure, you don't like them, okay?
Like, we get it.
Like, okay, you gotta be like you don't have to be angry about not liking them all the time. Like, anger is just so different than not liking someone. You cannot like someone without being consistently angry, and I think that's her problem. She's letting her feelings really take over, and it's a pressure cooker in there, so I get it, but also I don't get it. Like, it's been a long time, and you've been hating it for a long time.
Because her reactions are so visceral.
Yeah, like, you that really? Like, you can't even fix your face. But let's get into Cory. Eric, how you feeling about Cory?
If you would have asked me this last week, Cory would probably be sitting at an 8-9, really, for me. Because the way he just had this game, just his reads are nearly impeccable. Everybody was trying to work with him pretty much. Like nobody had his name in their mouth to go, even though they're like, oh, well, Cory, he is smart. He can win memory stuff, but that's way down the line. That's way down the line. And he has Jared in his back pocket. He was in the core. Like pretty much he was a very much trusted member of what was going on. They was trusting him to get intel. He was bringing the intel, but then he was also on the flip side working with Kim. Oh yeah, we know Cirie, they running things, so we might need to, maybe not now, but he's putting their names out there in front of his. But this week, him trusting America with that information, and now that it's gotten back,
that's a misstep.
A huge misstep. And the fact that he doesn't even realize how big of a misstep, like I feel like he was trying to with Izzy when he started spiraling, that's when he realized that he messed up. But I don't even think he realized the magnitude of which
he don't even know what's going on.
He don't know that he's been completely iced out.
Yeah.
And because of that lack of understanding of where he is in the game now compared to where he thinks he is, and it's all because of his decision to trust somebody that he should not have trusted, and he still trusts. I got to give him a 4.
Okay. Tracy, how you feel?
Pretty much what you said. I'm gonna go a step up though, and I'm gonna give him a 5. Okay. My only reason is because I do have a lot of confidence in Cory. I don't know why people hate him. He's playing Big Brother, and I'm a fan of people playing the game. Okay, he's playing Big Brother, and I like the fact that he knows he's getting to the showman's floor. We already know if American Cory, they're gonna get a showman. They're gonna be kissing it. It's gonna be whatever. We know this. I think Cory has enough sense to honestly get in this showman's. I think he's trying to say, the history of Big Brother, showman's are always targeted, but this season, why y'all not looking at these people? This should be like an automatic, like, yeah, y'all going on the block together.
Both of y'all.
Even when they pair Cory and America's name together, it's not in a bad way. It's, oh, they're cute. Oh, it's like everybody playing with it. They're not taking it seriously. Like, hey, they're working together and we need to break that up. So, I don't know. I honestly think I have a lot of I think Cory, once he finds out the situation he's in, I do have some kind of, I don't know if he can get out of it, but I do think he can maneuver it enough. He has enough, like his mouthpiece is enough to maneuver that target elsewhere. So yeah, I'm gonna go with 5.
He do have potential, I guess, but he ain't no legend like everybody trying to out Cory. He ain't the legend of what?
No.
Oh my God.
That's a no for me.
I think that he still does have a lot of potential despite the position he's in right now. Like, I think a big example of that is even this week. Izzy was telling Cirie, like, maybe we shouldn't flip this vote because Cory clearly still trusts me. I don't know if we should lose that connection with Cory. They still see him as someone beneficial. And I do think that by time it comes to target Cory in America, I think it'll be very easy for him to throw America in front of him, which can buy him some time. But that's the big issue. Like, it'll only buy him a time for a little bit. Like, we're starting to get to the point, jury's about to start, where, if Cirie keeps running it the way she is, anyone outside of that is just not going to be able to have a winning path. And unfortunately, that's what I see with Cory. He was never considered in their end game. And now he's just dropping further out. Even like Jared, I think at this point would probably choose a blue over Cory, so that's really, really bad for him. But I do trust his abilities to stay safe. Like, I trust his abilities to hang on by the thread he's given and potentially stay above 1 or 2 people that's closest surrounding the core. Like, maybe he can stay over Matt, depending, maybe he could have Cirie and them still want blue out before him, but that only gets him how far? And then he would still have to, like, Ian his way to the end, like, win everything, which, is not impossible, depending on what type of comps are at the end, but it's just, that would be a very hard feat. Like, not everyone is just beasting out these days to the end. So I think I'll say it's a 5 for Cory as well. I think I'll do a 5 for him. Because I don't think he's just down and out. But if he doesn't get on it, it's gonna be a problem.
He gonna be out.
Yeah.
He gonna just be down. He gonna be out.
Right. You can tell like they kind of don't want to. Even when Cirie and Izzy talk about it, it's like they almost don't want to turn against Cory a little bit. It's like Cirie's like kind of like shocked and she's like a little confused,
disappointed.
Like, is he like that? Yeah. It's like they do have this connection to them and they do like him. So I feel like they kind of don't want to take him out. So if it comes down to it's America and Cory's turn, they're probably going to be like, well, America's just a little more. Even though she's not, I think they're just going to be okay with sending America home first. And then she goes home and they're going to be like, well, Blue's still here.
Yeah.
Probably just go. They just honestly like Cory better. And Cory has put in work, and I think he will go back to putting in work once he wakes up. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But I do think he will go back to putting in work, and once he does, it's going to go back to them preferring him over a lot of these other people. And then it's like maybe he has a chance in game again.
He might have to win something to prove his loyalty again.
Exactly. And that's possible. He can win the next HOH, and they'll be all up his ass again, probably. You know, a little bit.
100%.
So I'll give him a 5 too. I think he has potential. That's the word for him. Lee, how you feel about Miss Felicia?
I mean, Felicia, like, last week, even though she was HOH, I just wasn't as high on her, mainly because I just felt like, she did just let Cirie run in her HOH, basically. And I feel like even though that happened, she was still in the position where, of course, no one's really just going to take her out. But this week, she's talking a little bit too much. And she's talking a little bit too much to Cirie's son. So with this information that Felicia all the way said she cannot trust Cirie, Cirie's out here running her mouth. I want to have a final 2 with you, Jared, and not her. I can see Cirie separating herself a lot. She's already started to kind of do it a little bit. I think because, at the end of the day, Felicia socially only hangs out with Cirie. Really, when it comes to like, in-depth conversations. So I do feel like Felicia is always just going to be around. But in Cirie's core in game, I don't know because I think Cirie is always going to remember that Felicia said that Felicia don't want me in final 2. She wants Jared in final 2. So, and I think that she's playing to win. I don't think that she's going to just keep Felicia just because she wants Jared to win. I think she's going to want people that want her to win. So I don't know how that's going to go. I know she was speaking with Cirie was speaking to Jared today. Specifically about Mimi, because Mimi was saying about how she hates how Cirie and Izzy are going these back and forth, and she feels like it's about Izzy. And in that conversation, Cirie asked Jared, "Did Mimi say she distrusts me?" And he was like, "No, Mimi didn't say that." So I feel like that's a big indicator for Cirie. Like if a person still trusts me, I'm fine with whatever they have going on. If I feel like I can still have their trust. But I feel like she may feel like, do I have Felicia's trust like that? And I do think she can still work back in to that core, but I feel like she might be losing it to a Mimi. She really could, and that's not good for her because I think, we even saw in the diary room, like when Cirie was talking about winning HOA, she said she wants to do it for Jared, Izzy, and Felicia. I think indicating that Felicia was deep in her core, and I just don't know if that's the case anymore. I still don't think anyone's really going to just win and just nominate Felicia, so that's great. But I just don't like that she kind of messed up their relationship with Cirie a little bit, because I think she had final 2 secured because she had no one really going against her, and if Cirie's going against her, that's not going to be good for Miss Felicia. If not, so I'm gonna say it's a 6, only because I feel like she's safe. She's gonna be safe for a minute. Like no one's touching Miss Felicia.
Yeah, jury for sure. She's in a jury.
But I wish she didn't say that. Like she really should not have done that. Like at all. That was not smart for her.
It sucks because I feel like it was smart. Like I'm
true. I can't say it's not smart for her because she didn't know Jared wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm conflicted, especially because Jared has kind of intentionally been in public, being more close to Felicia. That's why Felicia thinks she knows more than about Jared than Cirie, and because he's intentionally in public in group settings closer to Felicia, and then second close to Cirie. It's only in private when he's talking to literally just Cirie where we know he's closer to Cirie. Felicia's not there for those combos, or when he's talking to Izzy. So in public, when he's around Miss Felicia, it seems like Jared is the closest to Miss Felicia, even more than Cirie. So I feel like it's not. I hate that I have to kind of I'm conflicted because it makes sense for what she's seen that he actually would want to take her as final 2 as a GOAT. She's probably thinking, Jared wants me to be his GOAT, but I'm going to get them votes. I'm going to Which honestly, she would deserve to win over Jared in a normal season. So it wouldn't have been bad to go to. Honestly, in a normal season, she would probably get Izzy and Cirie at least. And Mecole probably both in jury next to Jared. And I don't think it's a bad idea for her wanting to start that now, to start a final two. She was starting a final two with Bowie Jane. So I like her game sense a lot. And I feel like she's still in a really, really good position. It just sucks because from all of that, Cirie is that nigga mom. Cirie is that nigga mom. Cirie now knows, and you got caught up. He doesn't want to go to final two with you because his mom's in the house. So now you don't have a final two, and Cirie knows that you don't like her that much. So now it's like you're probably just gonna get, instead of third, fifth because of that. And it's like that sucks. But it's like,
honestly,
I'm completely, because it's like her gameplay was probably good. It's just
it was a good plan.
The result was bad because of the situation
of who it was, right?
Yeah, and she didn't know, she didn't have any prior knowledge of that. So I'm gonna just give her I'm gonna give her 7 because I do think she's playing good, and I don't think this is gonna affect her at all until literally final 5. And by then, Miss Cirie can be like, never mind, I'll just take Miss Felicia anyways.
But also,
Cirie's gonna have the privilege. Cirie doesn't have to care who trusts her. She's gonna be running every single thing at that point.
Period. Yeah.
Honestly. But Eric, how you feel?
I'm out the. I know I'm giving her like a 7.5. And again, like you really stressed everything that I was saying. Like she's playing the game. Like she has one little something. I don't care if it was luck. She won it. Nobody thought she would win anything. She said she was gonna run that sucker like a mafia boss. She ran it exactly how she said she was gonna run it. She's entertaining. She's still entertaining. Like she's employing the cooking strategy. She didn't cook these meals. Baby, people are full. Nobody
just like she said she was.
Just like she said she was. Nobody is targeting her anytime soon. She's already
is keeping her safe down by accident.
Right.
You want to talk about accidents? Her accidentally being safe by Blue. Hold on.
Right.
Sorry, keep going.
Right. No, that's exactly right. Because she's trying to get in those good graces, right? Because that's Jared's mama. That's Jared's mom. And so also she's starting to break away. We've seen this week, for better or worse, she's breaking away, trying to establish her own thing with people. Like I mentioned earlier with the Jag situation. Jag, it was me who saved you. If you stay this week, it's because I did it. So remember that. She's trying to build some loyalty, trust there. And like you mentioned, she's trying with Bowie Jane, that final 2 that came out of nowhere, whatever. And then the final 2 with Jared, which again, we agreed that it was super smart. It's just wrong season, wrong person because of who he's actually connected to, right? Which is Cirie. Right. And I believe that if she can get back in with Cirie, which again, she's still going far, regardless if Cirie mad at her or not. And we got so much left in the game that things could change. But if she can go back and tell Cirie, be like, girl, guess what I told Jared? I told him I didn't trust you, girl, that I wanted the final 2 with him. Like something like that on that would probably flip some things in Cirie's mind. Like, oh, you know, she was just trying to whatever. And so I think that could repair the relationship, because at this point, that's the only real relationship that she needs to repair, which is the most important relationship in the house with anybody. But I think she's doing so well in this game, and I'm proud of her. Besides anything, I think she's just shown to be a great player, and she's entertaining. So yeah, definitely 7.5.
I'm going with 7. I agree. I love the fact that, of course, her game isn't perfect, but the fact that we have an older house guest in the house. She is the oldest house guest in the house this season, and she is playing laps around some of these kids that are here. Like laps. And I really do agree, and I'm holding that to the auntie status. I do 100% see her forgiving Cirie for whatever reason she's upset, because she did have that conversation with Mecole last night where they are understanding what's going on in the house and understanding that Cirie is top tier. They are definitely getting that concept and like, okay, let me see where I'm going. And Red mentioned last night about Cirie and said that he would lay his game down for her. I think she was like, now wait a minute, why you ain't gonna lay it down for me? And you know how aunties get a little jealous of each other? Yeah. Honestly, I think that's what it is. And just like Eric said, I can see that. I can see it. Felicia is very, very straightforward. I can see her be like, girl, I I had told Jared I was gonna be his final two. Like I literally could see that conversation over her cooking in the kitchen, washing some dishes, girl.
And he bought it too, girl. He ate it up.
Yep. And I could see Cirie kind of holding a little grudge about it, but Felicia, I think she just gone whatever. But the fact that she's not on a radar. She is not. And even if she did hit the block, which is very, very rare, she hitting the block anytime soon, Pond City, and she gonna talk her way off of it, and she gonna be, she's going far for sure.
Only person I can see her going home next to is Cirie at this point in the game.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
And that's a dangerous place to, like, a good place, but it's dangerous because, like, dang, ain't nobody you can't go home next to nobody but this one person.
Yep.
Child, let's go on to Jared.
Across the board. Next, not just like
no.
And I don't think Black Power.
I gave last week
a big drop.
Last week I gave Jared a 7. This week I don't feel the same. I don't even know what I was doing last week. But I feel like Jared, because he's still Cirie's son, that's always for me. And I said it. I don't remember what week I said it. But I think Jared's always going to be a 5 and above because he's Cirie's son, probably. Honestly, just because his position is always going to be Cirie's second place. So you are going to probably final 2. And that's good. But he's just not playing that good. Jared had him clocked. Had he not been Cirie's son, everybody in that alliance would not trust him right now. Honestly.
Yeah.
It's luck.
Everybody.
Of the Irish, actually. So that's good because you got caught up. He got caught up spreading information to Cory, who he trusts way too much. Not that Cory isn't going to backstab him, but he trusts that Cory is not saying things. Literally, people are telling him things Cory is literally saying, and he doesn't believe it. He literally is like, anyway, or he doesn't care. And it's like Cory does have his back. I think Cory has his best interest for at least now, because he already told Izzy that Jared's gonna have to go.
Right.
So that's good. He still has Izzy, he still has Cirie, he still has Brown Sugar Babies, he still has Miss Felicia one in the final 2 with him. He still has Blue. Blue's probably gonna stay. So he still has a lot of different layers in the game. I just feel like he's not really doing anything to keep those there. Izzy and him have arguments all the time. If Izzy did not know this secret and wasn't in a way indebted to them, she would have no reason to stay in alliance with him. He talks to Cory like he's crazy. Cory knows that he needs Jared. Cory needs Jared, and that's why he's with Jared. Izzy, in a way, is stuck with Jared. That's why she's with Jared. I feel like these people are with Jared by, like, you know, by friends by choice. Like, it's not giving
exactly.
And it's really because of his proximity to Cirie. So that's why I'm like, you're not really doing anything positive. You're throwing Mecole under the bus. I don't even think that's the best thing for you.
For
Matt
no reason.
He needs to be trying to build a final 2 with her.
Yeah, and he needs Matt to go. He's not focused on the right people who need to go. He doesn't really do much good things pushing. Like, he doesn't do good pushing when he's talking to people. When he's talking to Red and Cameron, he's telling them to target America and Mecole. That's not good for you. Baby, Matt is right there, and Matt needs to go.
Because Matt is waiting. When you leave,
they think they're with Matt and Bojan, so maybe that's why. But it's like, no, King, you need to do a little bit better with something. Do something quick. I just feel like he's not doing that much. So honestly, I'm gonna give him a 5, and I'm leaving it there. 5 because of Cirie. He's getting a 3. Somebody, Tracy, how you feeling?
I'm about to be real harsh on brother Jared. Jared game, and I'm gonna give him a 3. I'm gonna give him such a low score just because you have fell from grace. You were in such a great spot, and you let your relationship with this girl in the house dictate how you are playing the game. And he had a really great position in the house. He had information from this side, he had information from this side, and the fact that he spiraled, he wouldn't have spiraled if he had his head in the game. Because I did not know. I was like, what is he doing? I was confused. Where is this spiral coming from? It didn't make logical sense. But because he be too busy up under those covers, he not as into the game like he used to be. So, I mean, of course, he has these alliances, but if his mama wasn't in the house, Jared would be in trouble. Just like Izzy is a possible backdoor. Honestly, if he wasn't in those alliances, I think Jared would honestly be a great backdoor, even for next week. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's about it.
Eric,
he's also getting a very low score for me because, and I'm very disappointed in Jared because he started like. I was never like, I was rooting for him because like that's Cirie's son, right? And then I've seen he played so well. Like I said, those first couple of weeks and a half, like he was just doing so well, being positioned, floating from this side to that side. But the fact that he is actively sabotaging the best relationship that he has in the house intentionally, I cannot stand for that. Like, what kind of play? I don't care how you feel about Blue. You know, your mom is your number one. You are her number one above any and everybody. And the fact that you are actively trying to sabotage her game over a girl, I can't. It don't make sense. There's no strategic value in what you're doing.
What is the reason? What is the reason?
And so for that, I can't, as a player, that's just low on my totem pole. And just he has what other bonds that are strong do he really have in his game? Because your boy Cory, as much as Cory stuck with Cory, mad at him, as much as Cory is stuck with you, Cory's mad at you. Blue, she already
said no influence in the house.
No influence. She already told you though that she gonna put you up later on. That she said not right now. We don't know what's down the road for her if she want to put you up. So even your girl want to put you up at some point in the game, and then I don't know. And then the other side of the house, they don't have no relationship with him. So for me, he's gonna be a 2.5 for me. I don't care that your mama's 3, 2.5.
Lee.
So with Jared, I feel like position wise, like he's still pretty solid, only because mainly the Cirie connection. But in general, I think because of the showmans with Blue, he's really just fallen a lot out of the game. Like he stopped nurturing his relationship with Cory. Red and Cameron kind of full on targeting him. Not full on targeting him, because I will say I feel like he did semi good work by still like speaking with them this week, but they're still suspicious of his relationship with Cirie and Felicia and them. And I think mainly because, I mean, when you see him, he's either whispering in rooms with them or talking with Blue. I think his game is being a little bit more obvious. Like I think that's why Jag was able to clock it. And I just think that a lot of his main connections are through Cirie at this point. A lot of the main people who are protecting him in his game are Cirie's allies, and I don't think he's really appreciating them too much. I think if Blue stays this week, which I think will end up happening, that is great for him because it's someone else in the end game that will be looking out for him even over or Cirie. I mean, Felicia probably might be on that list, So I just like still someone that is set up to be towards the end. But in general, I just feel like he can definitely be doing better with, strengthening some connections just outside of the group. I think a lot of people right now are just comfortable kind of where they're at instead of just, socializing with the mass majority of the game, with the people in the game. It seems like he's just kind of like, writing people off a little bit. It's like you can't necessarily do that, especially if you're, the game he's playing is like this social game. Like he's this person that can bounce here, and now he's being put into a box. So he's no longer going to be in that position to where people feel like I can go to Jared and tell them that I want to target this group of people. I feel like people now are not going to include them in those conversations. And that could potentially be bad. But in general, I mean, it's just not, I don't think there's much time left in the game to try and target Jared and Cirie. You know what I mean? I just think if the core gets attacked, it's going to be outliers, not Jared or Cirie. I think if either one of them are on the block and they're not together, they will have the votes to stay. And because of his position alone, I'm gonna say it's a 6.
I will also say too, just the fact that, because I just thought about, like, he's sabotaging his own game. Because why would you tell your mother, who is known to take out people that don't trust her, which is Felicia? Why would you tell her that you had a final 2 word? Like, that was something that you could have kept in your back pocket, because that's working for your advantage, because that's somebody who wants to take you to the end. But the fact that you snitched on her about not trusting, that's like, you telling your mama this, your mama gonna want to get rid of somebody who wants to take you to final two. So are you really playing this game for yourself and your better interests?
Because what happens if Cirie leaves? What happens if she get evicted? Now you by yourself.
Yeah.
Right. He'll be lost.
He's going right out. He's going out right after her.
And I feel like a lot of my score, it's mainly the help that he's getting from Cirie.
Yeah.
He has so much win equity, and it's mainly because of the structure that she has set up and the people that she has surrounding him. And I don't even think he fully realizes it.
Nope. He's taking it for granted. We saw that in that storage room conversation.
Definitely.
I don't trust none of them no more.
Right.
He a child, bro. I'm like, oh my God, he's such a kid.
Oh, God.
All right, y'all. We finally on Mother. Eric.
Mother.
How do you feel about Cirie?
The queen. And I don't say it lightly because we know Cirie's reputation on Survivor. We know it on the Traitors. And we know she gets a lot of flack. She don't know what she's doing. There was, a little delay, right, in her catching up with the game. There was a what's the word I'm looking for? A gap. What's the gap word? Don't. I thought it was cool. A learning gap. There we go.
Okay.
A learning curve. There we go. Learning curve for her. Okay. I was gonna get it. And I think again, she has caught on to where she is in the game. This is not Survivor. You don't have 2-3 days. So she's actively using her social game, which is impeccable and undeniable. She has lashed herself to pretty much everybody in this house that nobody wants to see her gone. Everybody knows that she's running the house. Everybody knows she's the one with the influence. Everybody knows she's the go-to person that you go to with anything. Yet, nobody is taking the shot. You had a prime position to do it this week. They did not do it. The conversations of next week, she's not a target. And nobody is saying, they keep saying down the road. Y'all gonna look up and it's gonna be final 3 and it'll be y'all gonna be gone. Y'all gonna be in the house. The road will be gone.
You're gonna be lost.
And like I mentioned earlier, really her only Achilles heel blind spot is Jared. And if she can wake up to see what he's been actively doing against her game, I don't think she's gonna try to get him out or nothing. But it will allow her to.
She's gonna let him go out though. Yeah.
She would have so much clarity, much more clarity in this game if she finds out what Jared has been doing. But up until this point, there's nothing, she hasn't done anything wrong in the game. Like, she has made messy moves, but I don't think she's made bad moves, because they were like, oh, her trying to get out, flip the vote on Riley, that was a bad move. Was it? Because she wasn't a target the next week. Her trying to, trying to flip the vote to keep Cameron, that was a bad move. Was it? Because she's still, once again, not a target. So she really can do no wrong in my eyes. I'm sorry. I'm giving her a 9.
Period. Tracy, how you feeling?
Ditto. What Eric said. I'm a big fan of Cirie. I agree. There is a lot. She would have to do a lot to get on the wrong side of a lot of these people. They love Cirie. The good thing is, I was very amazed at how she really knows how to get under these people's skin in a good way. Like the fact that she had Red spilling all this tea. You spilling all your number one tea?
Literally.
Like, yes, I'm telling you. And like everybody is in on it. And I agree. Her Achilles heel is definitely Jared. Jared is gonna be the one. And the fact that, especially even when she's upset, when she's mad, Jared be the one to take her there. And like when her going off on Bowie, I know she was irritated more so because of this conversation with Jared. And that affected her social game in the house or whatever. So I think once she does figure out what Jared is doing, I don't think she would ever put him up. I don't think she would ever say, hey, vote out Jared. But I do see her not campaigning as much for her son. I do see her being like how the situation with Izzy, like, well, if Izzy go, she gotta go. If Jared go, he gotta go. I think a big thing for her is I do want her to mend this relationship with Felicia, because I do see that being very beneficial to her going into jury. But I love Cirie. And I'm gonna give her an 8. 8. Yeah.
Lee, how you feel?
Yeah, I feel like if one thing Cirie has proven that regardless of how you think her gameplay is messy or if you think it's
Very
all
messy.
over the place, like she's always going to position herself in a great way.
Yes.
I think I was a little bit scared this week because I felt like similar to the Riley week. It's like I'm fine with you keeping Riley over Cameron. It's just keeping Riley over Cameron and then doing away with these other relationships for no reason is what threw me off. But then essentially she, stuck to the original plan, still made a connection with the other side of the house, and they just moved forward. And I feel like this week it's like you want to keep Jag, which I think it's possible. It's still something that can happen and it probably won't affect you too much, but cutting off Cory, America, Bowie, and pissing off Cameron and Red for no reason, I was like, eh. However, I still feel like she would not have been the main target of that. Now that they're kind of flipping back to keeping Blue, right. I feel even better about her now. But in general, I feel like her power in this game, like I just
undeniable.
do not see her
strong.
Like she's never gonna be the main target. Like I don't think she's ever gonna be the main target. Like people are pissed off at everyone surrounding her, but her. Like even if she does end up on the block, I think she definitely will have the votes. So I'm gonna leave it at I'm gonna say it's 8. I think, because of all of the craziness of the flipping back and forth, I think one of these weeks that might actually get her. Because like I said, she makes it harder for herself.
Yeah.
And that is like, why you gotta do this? She just,
but I just think that was that learning curve.
Yeah, I think also like
she's slowing down, but
yeah, true. She is. I think she also just assumes, she keeps assuming that everyone is just as smart as she is, or
that
just playing the game. And people are not playing the game at all. A lot of people just are sitting there, and she's creating these sides in her head, and now they're becoming true. And I would just hate for a little momentum to get picked up, and then now you have an actual force against you guys that you actually have to combat. Because if let's say America does win the next HOH, and she does want to take a shot at Izzy, and then she does her job and create a real alliance with Matt and Red, and not Matt, with Cameron and Red, and one of them could get the next HOH. It's like it's possible that a group could be formed. However, I just feel like Cirie has done such a good job of basically manipulating majority of the people in the game to trusting her that it'll never fully just get back on her. I feel like Cory would throw his whole game away before he tries to target Cirie directly, especially that early. So yeah, it's Mother. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
I agree. I'm gonna give her a 9.5 again. I just feel like with Cirie, it's like y'all are running on the track, and she's lapped everyone, and she's ahead. And so she's in the lead, and she's already lapped y'all. So for me, it's like all of these little, the things about her games that you can talk about that are like, ooh, a little bit unsafe. For me, it's like, oh, it's unsafe as in, oh, she'll be behind after she's lapped y'all. So now she's in second place, but she lapped y'all already. So really, she's still in first by a whole lap. So for me, it's like none of these things matter. Cirie is probably going to win the game. If she doesn't win, it's because Jared won and she allowed it. And honestly, I see no other solution to this game. And because of that, I just have to give her a 9.5. She didn't play perfect, so it's not a 10. But that's it for me. Like she's doing way. She's playing leagues above these people still.
Yeah,
definitely.
And it's to the point where there's nothing they can do.
A real icon.
Even if you took a shot, you would miss.
Yeah,
definitely.
So that's how I feel, y'all. These are the ratings. Do we want to make this final, or do we want to?
Red got to come down some because that was the first one, and I was in my mind, everybody was gonna be.
Where is he really?
He's gonna be he's at a 5 for me.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
There we go. You saw how I was acting at first. You see why I was
because I got to, because he was up there. Because I'm thinking other people was gonna, but as we get to talking, as you start to see a couple little things,
like, oh, you know what? Wait a minute.
He don't need to get no 7 because he ain't compared to everybody other people in there.
Yeah.
All right, we locking it in, y'all.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it with my chest.
Period. I know that's right.
Notice how low Jared.
Lee, what you mean?
That 3 was nice.
Yeah,
that 3 was nice.
All right, boom. Damn, look at Jared. I'm sorry, but Jared is usually top 2. All right, y'all.
I like to see 3 black women at the top.
I know that's right.
I'm not mad at it. I ain't mad at it.
And it's accurate. And it's accurate.
Period.
Yes.
Mother, and mother.
Yeah, we have the 3 queens at the top.
Yes,
of course.
I love
it. Matt just a nuisance for me. Matt is up there for Izzy.
Matthew.
Izzy is right after that. Then Cory. Then Jared. Honestly, I'm fine with Jared being right there because it's like, I mean, what are you doing? Then Red. How is Red so damn hot? Y'all go. And then, Jack's going home, and he's above 5 people too. So I mean, there you go. Then America. Then Bowie. She makes sense. Blue. Damn. Why is Blue below Bowie? And then honestly, I'm not that.
The HOH being last is crazy.
The HOH being last is crazy. It's honestly, it's not that bad. This is cute or whatever. Period. Yay! All right, y'all. We finna be done. Anything else y'all want to say after we rated the players? We talked about the week. Anything else? Speak now or forever.
We just want to say thank you for having us on. It's been like we watch y'all all the time, so it's been a pleasure to finally be able to collab with y'all.
We've been waiting for the collab. I'm glad.
Exactly. Yes, it has been. We've had such a good time. Like y'all are great, and it's been an amazing 3 hours.
I know, right? Thank y'all for coming here. Thank you for being here so much. Please let the people know where y'all from. Where y'all from?
You know, I'm from South Dallas. No, I'm just playing.
Where can they find you socially?
She know what it is.
Go ahead, Eric.
I was like, I knew that's what she was gonna do. No, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at @AWhoAllThere, and of course on YouTube at @AWhoAllGonnaBeThere podcast. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Okay, so all their subscribers need to be our subscribers because we a family over here. We're a unit.
Period.
Period. I was just going to say that. Y'all need to go ahead and subscribe. If y'all didn't know where it was, y'all know where it is now. Now that y'all seen them, if y'all like them, which y'all should have, go ahead and subscribe to them. Period. Like, let's get into it.
Even if you don't like it, anyways.
Right. Right. Hate watch. We love some hate watches too.
Reality Kingdom everywhere. Make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all subscribe. Like you said, if you didn't like it, still like it. Period. I know that's right. Thank you for keeping it real with the kingdom. We the fuck out.
Period.
Bye.